So, hello, hi everyone. Just give me a quick response. Are we clearly visible? Am I clearly audible? We have started the analysis. So, let's get started. I think we have started receiving the responses. We are seeing some students already writing something in the comment box. So, let's see how many of you have joined. Great, 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 great. So, excellent. We have received the first question for the day, JEE Mains 2026. 24th of January 2026, and we have the right there in front of you the analysis of the second shift. Yes, we have started receiving questions. Gaurav sir and Sumit sir are also there with me. They'll also join once I discuss my part, and then of course we'll have Sumit sir and Gaurav sir as well. Do remember that yes, these are memory based questions, of course, which we are fetching. So without any delay, let's get started and let's see what we have received as the first question for the day. So I am going to get started with the mathematics section, of course. Sumit sir with physics and Gaurav sir with chemistry. So here we are with the first question for the day. You have a short technique video released on this particular topic on YouTube. Do you not have this? Do you not have this, students? I'll show you this entire solution. Now, do you not remember? We have told you that how to find out the rank of a word as per the dictionary. Yes, from permutation and combination. Yes, yes, yes. So quickly tell me how many of you have got this, how many of you seen that short technique video, and how many of you can crack it within seconds. The only catch here could be that it depends that what is the spelling of Udaipur which they have asked in the examination. It could be either I or Y, depending on that. So let's assume that it is I in this case particular scenario. So first of all, how do we start this question, students? Within 10 seconds you can answer this question. Do you remember that? Do you remember that? The only catch here in this particular cases that U is appearing twice. For that also we are having a short technique which works perfectly fine. What is that short technique? Let's get started with that. So here I'll simply say that here begin with this part. Indexing the letters is crucially important. Alphabetically figure out which letter comes first. So of course without any hesitation, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U. So U will be the last letter. So this is how I have done the indexing of these letters. I hope without any confusion you can see how have I done this. I hope without any confusion you can see this. Now the next part of this job, what you do next is, first of all, look at this part. On the right hand side of 6, how many numbers are there which are less than 6, including 6? So I'll say including 6, if I look at the numbers which are less than 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there are 5 numbers which are less than 6. I hope you have understood that part. Everyone with me on this? When I talk about 2, so on the right hand side of 2, how many numbers are there which are less than 2? So I'd say there is only one number which is 1. And without any hesitation, I'll say on the right hand side of 1, there are no numbers which are less than 1. So I'll write 0 here. I hope you're understanding the approach here very clearly. On the right hand side of 3, are you seeing any number which is less than 3? No. On the right hand side of 4, I don't see any number which is less than 4. I'll write 0. On the right hand side of 6, how many numbers are there which are less than 6? You would say only one number which is 1. I hope you're getting it. And then on the right hand of 5, there are 0 numbers which are less than 5. Everyone with me on this? The moment you see a rank based question, you can apply this short technique. The only catch here in this question is that U as a letter is appearing twice. Sir, what to do with that? Remember, just look at this part. Just look at this part. In case of repetition, U basically is, in terms of numbers, is 6. So how many numbers are there on the right hand side of 6 which are there same as 6, which are getting repeated? So 6 is appearing twice. I repeat, here right hand side of the 6, I can see one more 6 appearing. So 6 is appearing 2 times. So here what I'll do first of all is I'll write a 0 factorial, I'll write a 1 factorial, then 2 factorial, then of course 3 factorial, then 4 factorial here, then 5 factorial here, and then 6 factorial here. The only catch, the only correction, the only change which comes here into the picture when you have letters getting repeated is this, that here U is getting repeated, which means this 6 is appearing twice. On the right hand side of 6, I'm seeing one more 6. So yes, 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 yes. Great. Thank you so much, TS Gamer. That's brilliant. So I'll divide this 6 factorial by 2 factorial. Why? Because this 6 is appearing twice. On the right hand side of 6, I'm seeing 6 appearing twice. All you got to do is nothing but just simply multiply this with this, 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 and this with this, and there add those products, you will have your answer. Plus 1 will be the answer. Here, I need not do this. 1 into 1 is 1. Then this is 0, this is 0, this is 0. 5 factorial we all know is 120. So 120 into 1 is 1. Then you have 6 factorial by 2. So we know 6 factorial is what? 720. 720 by 2. 720 by 2 is 360. 360 into 5. So 360 into 5 should be 1800, I believe so. So that will give me 1800. So with that, it should be 1800. So these many numbers, these many words, I nahi tha, why? Okay, great. Nothing wrong in that, Aditya. Even that case also, your answer may change a little, but I am solving it by assuming it as I. I hope you are fine with that. So with that, these many words will be there before Udaipur. So the rank of Udaipur will be +1 to it. Based on the data which we have received, that's perfectly fine. I hope you have understood that particular solution. The only change, if there was Y in the paper, you replace this I by Y. You create that indexing, follow the same approach. I hope you'll remember this short technique without any hesitation. So for the students, those who are having their exams on the upcoming shifts means on the 28th, then yes, do remember, if any question based on rank of the word in a dictionary is asked, this is the short technique you got to apply. I hope you wouldn't forget that. Let me check whether Sumit sir and Gaurav sir have joined or not, so that we can call questions from physics and chemistry now. So let me just get a confirmation. By the way, students, do tell me, how was your paper? Was it tough, moderate, easy? Which section did you like the most? Anyone? Give me a quick response. So let me just ask somebody, either Gaurav sir.
Yes. So, hello, people right there. Salesh, TS Gamer. Okay, gaming. Yeah, JEE and gaming goes hand to hand. Aditya Motwani. Yes. Hello, people. So, I'm having one question. Questions are flooding in. They are getting typed. So, one question I have for you, that is from atomic structure. Now, listen. The transition, electron is getting transition from higher state to ground state. This is coming atomic structure in most practically all the papers. So learn this formula. What formula, sir? If an electron is having a transition from any higher state to initial state, in this question they are already mentioning that N2 is the higher state. So electron making a transition from N2 to N1 during any of such transition, it is valid in physics also. You should learn this formula by heart. That is 1 upon lambda, that is wave number, is nothing but it is equal to Rydberg's constant, atomic number squared, upon 1 upon n1 square minus 1 upon n2 square. Learn this formula by heart, my friends. Now, what they have done over here, they are playing with the basic mathematics. They are saying that the state are defined as n1 plus n2 is 4, and they are also saying that n2 minus n1 is 2. So because they are just linear equations, so add them. So n2 will get cancelled, so you will get 2 n1 is equal to 6. That means n1 is equal to 3. So if n1 is equal to 3, just put in any of the equation, you will see n2 is equal to, let's say over here, 4 minus 3 is 1. So transition is from 1 to 3. Okay, so 1 to 3. That means 1 upon lambda is nothing but, now for Rydberg's constant, now a bit of calculation you have to do, a bit of calculation, because value is given in nanometers, so put the value of R. What is the value of R? I have told you in atomic structure also. Do not remember that 109s, that do not remember, approximate it, because options are going to help you. So approximately it is 1.1 into 10 raised to the power 7. Unit is per meter. So lambda you get in meters. Into, now what is it? It is hydrogen? No sir, let us read the question. It is lithium ion, lithium plus 2 ion. It is written plus 1 obviously. For Bohr theory, you can only apply for single electron species. So obviously it is lithium. It is a printing error, lithium plus 2. So what is Z as an atomic number for Li plus 2? Sir, it will be 3. So 3 squared is 9 into 1 upon n1 square, as in 1 upon 1 squared minus 1 upon 3 square is 9. So take LCM. So 1 upon lambda will be nothing but 1.1 into 10 raised to the power 7 into this 9 will be gone by the LCM. 9 minus 1 is 8. So what will be lambda? So nothing. This will go to the denominator. So 1 upon 1.1 into 8. So probably I should do 8.8. So this is 8.8 into 10 raised to the power 7. Take it to the numerator. It will be 10 raised to the power minus 7. Make it 10 raised to the power minus 9. Why you are doing it, sir? Because it is in nanometer. 1 nanometer is equal to 10 raised to the power minus 9 meters. So we will kill that 10 raised to the power minus 9 meter because this will make us in picometer. So now calculation is also easy. 100 upon 9. So what is 100 upon 9? I guess Sailesh is saying A. Beta, at least you can do 100 upon 9. Yes, Lata Singh. Sailesh is again telling 12.9. Beta, do 100 upon 8.8, na? I guess it will be clear. Yes, it will be definitely lesser than 12, na? Yeah, Lata is right. It is 11.4. So I guess this is the question I have. Let me see if I've got. So 11.4 is your answer. Sailesh, I hope you got the answer. Now Sumit sir is ready for you. So I'm ending. Sumit sir is ready for you.
Hello students, welcome to 24th January evening shift live discussion, and here we are having the first question of physics from laws of motion. This is another simple question. Okay, let us read it out. A uniform rope is supported by two level spin support as shown in the figure. Mass of rope is m and find the tension at midpoint. Now this is our rope, this is a uniform rope. From symmetricity I can say this tension is T, so this tension will also be T, isn't it? From symmetricity I can say. Now on this total rope, the vertical component of this T will be, this is 30, this is 30, okay, so this will be T sine 30 and this also be T sine 30, and on this total rope the downward force mg is acting, the upward force is 2t sine 30, so that is 30 here, this is 30, okay. Upward force is 2t sine 30, downward force is mg, it is an equilibrium, so I can say 2t sine 30 is equals to mg. From here I got the tension T is equals to mg, but this is not at midpoint, this is at this point. We need tension at midpoint. Now how to find at midpoint? Draw that a free body diagram for half of the rope. Now for this half of the rope in horizontal direction, here the tension is T cos 30, and at midpoint from symmetricity I can say the tension will be along the horizontal only. At midpoint this midpoint will be horizontal, this tangent will be horizontal at this point. So here let us take this tension is T dash. Now this is an equilibrium in horizontal direction, so T dash is equals to T cos 30, which is mg root 3 by 2, mg root 3 by 2, that is B option. Hard आएगा sir. 28th 28th I don't know why it should be hard. I think it should be normal. Few questions like the yesterday shift also in physics we had three questions I'll say. They were a bit lengthy, calculative, and 2-3 questions were moderate, but you need to pick first the easiest one. Okay, so now we have, I think, Deependra sir ready. Okay, so Deependra sir, it's over to you.
So hello, hi everyone. So I hope all these students are live, all these students are watching, and here we are with another question from mathematics. So quickly write me a response in the comment box. Can you all hear me? Can you all listen to me? I think We have started the stream and I'm very properly and clearly visible to all the participants. Yes, there is a small correction there. I did not notice this one. So there is this, which is of course 1800. This was 120 and this one was there. So with that, that one was needed to be added. I accidentally with these 4 zeros, there was this one. I did not notice that. So with that one, it will be 1921. No, it will be 1922. I hope you have gotten that. Yes, yes. It wasn't tough so far. If I have looked at these questions which we have received so far, there comes. Coincidentally, we are bringing two short techniques with these first two questions. Another question from permutation and combination, and I am very much surprised that what kind of questions is JEE doing or giving in this shift. Although these are only two questions, you cannot generalize based on these two questions. But yes, when you look at this question, again a very simple question. Can you believe this? Yes, yes, yes. Great, Govind. We are glad that you wrote it, and I'll be more happy if you have done this question correctly. So let's solve this question. The maximum value of n for which 40 to the power n divides 60 factorial. So I'm looking for 40, but 40 is not a prime. So I'll factorize it 40. 40 we know is 8 into 5. What is 8? Sir, 8 is 2 cube. So I'll look for 2 cube and I'll look for 5. I need to count this pair, whether we have 2 threes, whether we have 3 twos, and a 5. So how many pairs of this group we have? Let's count that out. So before I start that, I hope you know how do we do it. Either you take that GIF part and you do all that calculation, or a very simple process of it is very simple. I'll divide 60 by 2. So to count the number of 2's in 60 factorial, the idea is 60 by 2 is 30. 30 by 2 is 15. 50 by 2 is 7. GIF, mind you. 7 by 2 is 3 and 3 by 2 is 1. Did you get that? Now here, I'll talk about 5. So how many 5's are there in 60 factorial? 60 by 5, 12. 12 upon 5. 12 upon 5 is 2. GIF I'm taking the integral part only. So if I take the sum of these numbers here, this is basically 56 and this is 14. So there are 56 2's and 14 5's. But this is not we are supposed to figure out. I'll say let's calculate the 2 cubes, because we need 2 cube and 5 so that a 40 can be formed. So with that, I'll say if I divide 56 by 3, I'll see 3 1, that's 3, then 2, that is I think 26, so 3 8. So I'll still be left with remainder as 2. So 2 to the power 2 remains aside. 2 cube to the power 18. So there will be 18 2 cubes. I hope you got my language very clearly. And we have 14 5's. Now look at this part. I have 18 2 cubes, but when you talk about 5's, they are 14 only. So if I talk about pairing them, I'll be not be having 18 pairs. I'll be having great Salish. I'll be having 14 pairs. Did you get that? So keep all the other things aside. When you talk about the pairs of 2 cube and 5, there'll be 14 pairs. And with that, I'll say 40 will have highest power 14, which can divide 60 factorial perfectly without any hesitation or doubt or concern. Can we move ahead with that? Can we move ahead with that? So I'm done with my part. Let's see who comes next. So I'm hoping Gaurav sir must be ready with his next question. Great. So let me say that I'm ending this stream so that he joins. Give me a moment, students. Let me receive a response from his end. Lata Singh is saying hard aega. Yes, it could be true.
Sailesh, Lata, Foyam, they are the performers. Acha, we have a new name, I guess. Govind Raj. Govind, you wrote this shift, okay? So, how did you find the exam? I mean, what score you feel you're landing at? I mean, somewhere, some around what number of questions, what do you find physics, chemistry, maths, which you found attemptable? So, by the way, I have this really easy question of periodic table. That's why I'm giving you time and I'm time passing. Moderate to tough. Okay. Ishan with Palestine. Oh, these days. Gaza, yesterday there was a big shot plan given. So, care. Moving to non political JEE side. Now, They are saying 100,000 families will. What about the families over there? So moving to our JEE preparation, a very simple question. See, first of all, arrange these elements. So while arranging, sir, carbon, after that we'll have nitrogen, after that we'll have oxygen, and then we'll have fluorine. Sir, what can you say about trend of ionization enthalpy? Beta delta H ionization along the period, it increases. Why? Because size decreases and nucleus start getting one more proton. So effective nuclear charge increases. Now, but they are not asking about the first. They are asking about the order of second. Sir, so what else depends? Sir, beta, the electronic configuration. So let us write the electronic configuration. All have 2s2, but this is 2p4. Oh, I'm sorry. This is 2p4. This is 2p3. This is 2p. I am sorry. This is 2p2 beta. What are you doing? Okay. For 3 days we are not having paper, so we'll also be resting. So this is 2p2, 2p3, 2p4 and 2p5. But this is their ground state electronic configuration. If you have to calculate their second ionization enthalpy, then think of their ion. So remove one electron. Okay, sir. So removing one electron. So what about C plus? Electronic configuration for C plus will be 2p1. For N plus it will be 2p2. For O plus it will be 2p3. For F positive it will be 2p4. Now look at the electronic configuration. I hope it is quite clear to you. This guy, which is oxygen, now has a stable, oxygen plus has a stable half filled configuration. So because it is stable half filled, therefore obviously if you look at the options, it should be having the highest. Which option is telling you? Only this option. So this is your answer. And post that, everybody has partial electronic configuration. So again, what will be followed? Periodicity, because ultimately number of protons will also govern. Yes, Sailesh, perfect. Abhishek, okay. Abhishek, great. Sir, all okay. 190 marks expected. Abhishek Duvedi. Perfect beta. Gaurav, probable score. Mine? Okay, Gaurav Kumar. Sir, I wrote the yesterday's second shift paper. Sir, beta, see, don't be depressed. Normalization will help you if you feel that your session would have some difficult question. Then if it was difficult for you, beta, it will be difficult for other students as well. So do not worry. Feeling depressed is the last thing that you can do. What you have is in your hand is the life right now, which is inevitable, and it is having lot of opportunities for you. So do not worry. If you have given your 100%, whatever you get out of that 100%, that is your universe gift to you. So accept it with grace. Moving to the next question. Let's see, I have one more chemistry question or not. No. So Sumit sir is ready.
So another question on physics, and here we are having a uniformly charged rod. A point charge 1 microcoulomb is kept there. Find force on charge 1 microcoulomb due to uniformly charged rod as shown. So what we need to do? We can find field due to this rod there, multiply that with charge, that will be the force. How to find that? You need to do integration in this case. Okay, you need to do integration in this case. Okay, so let us take from here at a distance x. I am taking a small section of the rod having thickness dx. Its charge is dq. So due to this, the field there is dE. dE is equals to k dq divided by the distance square x square. dq I can write as lambda dx. Yeah, dq I can write as lambda into dx charge, because that is uniformly distributed, into dx, that will become my dq, and due to this dq, there the field is dE, that dE become k dq divided by x square. dq is lambda dx. Now integrate it. So total electric field will become k lambda into 1 by x square. Integration is minus 1 by x. X goes from 2 centimeter to 12 centimeter. From here I am considering, so the rod is from 2 centimeter till 12 centimeter. So 2 centimeter to 12 centimeter. So this will become k lambda into 1 by 2 minus 1 by 12. So this will become k lambda into 5 divided by 12. So my force is Q into the electric field there. What is Q? Q is 1 microcoulomb, 1 into 10 to the power minus 6 into, this is the electric field. K is 9 into 10 to the power 9 into lambda is charge per unit length. Charge is 2 microcoulomb, 2 into 10 to the power minus 6. The length is 10 centimeter, so 0.1. K lambda into 5 by, wait a minute. This was 2 to 12, this was in centimeter, we need to convert that to meter. We'll divide this with 100, so 100 will go in the numerator. Okay, 100 will go in the numerator. Now this looks fine. What it is now? 6 and 6, 12. 9 to 11, 112. So these 10 to the powers are getting cancelled. 9 into 2, we are getting 18. We are getting 18 actually, which is option D. I hope everything is fine. Some calculations, let me quickly go through the calculations again. K dq divided by x square, k lambda, okay, this becomes 1 by x, distance goes from 2 to 12, this is proper. 1 by 2 minus 1 by 12, this will become 6 by 12, 5 by 12 there, into 100. So into q is 10 to the power minus 6, 9 10 to the power 9, and then 2 into 10 to the power minus 6. Q divided by length 10 centimeter, 0.1 into 5 by 12. I missed 5 by 12. I missed 5 by 12. Yeah. So 6 into 3, 6 into 2. This is 15 by 2, which is 7.5 Newton. Let us correct it. This is 7.5. Is it okay? Sir, what to do 28 okay, what do 28 students should do? Okay, those students who have exam on 28th, they have great opportunity to revise, again solve all the questions that are asked from on 21st, 2nd, 3rd and 4th. Okay, so don't think that 28th paper will be difficult. You have a very good opportunity. I have seen topics being repeated, questions being repeated as of now. Rod is 24 microcoulomb. Here it is rod is 2 microcoulomb actually. This is 2 microcoulomb. Okay, I think now Dipendra sir is ready. So Dipendra sir, it's over to you.
Okay, so hello, hi everyone. I think we have started from our end. I think maths will be very clearly be visible to you all on your screen. So can we get started? Yes, great. So how do we get started with this question? A very simple and easy one. So far I have seen 4 questions. All of them are terribly easy. A lot of students I can see are writing, why did I not appear in this shift? If it is easy, it will be easy for everyone. Why are you not realizing it? So that score will get normalized. But yeah, it really gives you a good confidence if you attempt more questions. But having or getting the courage after fighting tough battles is totally a different phenomena. So don't get scared of tough questions. Somebody is asking, sir, last question. Okay, sir, can you tell tips for 28 January? There is no tip, my boy. There is no tip. How can you expect any tip from us? At this stage, watching the analysis and staying prepared, because yesterday only I compared NTA with my wife. The kind of behavior, the kind of mood swings my wife shows, more mood swings are shown by NTA this year. Look at the behavior of NTA. It is absolutely unpredictable. You cannot predict anything about NTA at this stage. So great. So we have started receiving the answers to this question. A very simple concept is needed to be applied. We know that ZZ bar is mod Z square. Z is a complex number x plus iota y. Mod z square is x plus x square plus y square. Do you remember that? Very basic question from complex numbers. Can you believe that? It is saying that z is equals to 1 plus iota, 1 plus 2 iota, 1 plus 3 iota until 1 plus n iota, where n is a natural number. Then what are we supposed to figure out? Z, mod z square is 44200. The moment I see mod z square, and when you see z, you can say zz bar will be mod z square. So if I multiply this z with its conjugate, so how do we write the conjugate? Sir, conjugate, sir, you're spitting facts. Gaurav, I'm really sorry if they are brutal, but let me be very honest here. You cannot predict anything. What? My wife's, your, any girl's, mood swings, or the behavior of NTA. I mean, NTA is totally and absolutely unpredictable, I would say. You cannot say anything about that. Look at physics, chemistry, and maths. If they cannot make questions lengthy, if they cannot make questions tough or difficult, they'll make questions lengthy. So even in today's shift, in morning shift, questions were very amazingly doable, but they were lengthy. So you are supposed to call them, hard. You'll call this paper tough. Would you not call it tough? I hope you're realizing the fact very clearly. So with that, what I'll see here is that z bar will be mod z mod of this. Sorry, z bar will be conjugate of this, conjugate of this, conjugate of this, and conjugate of this, because over product, addition, multiplication, division, we can distribute conjugate. So with that, we know all you need to do is change the sign of the imaginary part. So it will be 1 minus iota, 1 minus 2 iota, 1 minus 3 iota, and 1 minus n iota. So when I take zz bar, so multiplying z with z bar, so zz bar on the left hand side will be mod z square. On the right hand side, it will be 1 plus iota into 1 minus iota, 1 plus 2 iota into 1 minus 2 iota, and so on. So I know zz bar is what? This will give you 1 square plus 1 square. I hope you remember it is a plus b into a minus b, only a square minus b square. But this being imaginary number gives you a square plus b square. I hope you know that. So with that, this will become 1 square plus 1 square, that is 2. 1 square plus 2 square, that is 5. 1 square plus 3 square, that is 10, and so on. Now one of the ways is you do a lot of calculation and figure out the answer. Here, look at the options. The number are very small. So you could have started with 8 and then you could have landed up on 5 when you're approaching it in the decreasing manner, and there you could have, through hit and trial, would have concluded that 5 would be the answer. How many of you got it? How many of you got it correctly? Are you not realizing JEE is terribly easy in this shift so far by looking at these 3 questions? Even if I bring you the 4th question right there in front of you, I mean, you can predict the difficulty level of a question by looking at the length of the question. If it is a one-line question, how much time does it take to comprehend the data from it? And once you have taken the data out of it, the job is done. Once you have understood the problem, half of the problem is solved. And in my personal experience, 99% of the problem is solved. Look at this, how easy it was. Can I reveal the next question, students? Can you help me with the answer to this question without looking at the solution? For the first time I am watching your video. Your English is so fluent. Great, Murli. Glad to hear that. But now at this stage, let's solve this particular one. It says image of the parabola. So we have seen so far image of a point, but image of a parabola. So how do we find it out? If I could define this parabola parametrically, I would be able to write its image in parameter form, and through that parametric version, I might be able to write the equation of the parabola's image. Did you get my language very clearly here? So what I'll do here, x square is equals to 4y. The very basic idea is, if you don't know these these forms, parametric forms, what you do is simply take x as t, you'll get y in terms of t. Or if you remember here, I'll take x, let's say, as 2t square, 2t, then of course when you replace it by 2t, it will be 4t square, 4 gets cancelled by 4, so y will be t square. So 2t comma t square can be taken, yes Gaurav, thank you so much, can be taken as a parametric point lying on this parabola. So if I take this parametric point's mirror image with respect to the line x minus y minus 1 is equal to 0, I think it's a child's play for you to figure out the image of a point with respect to a line. Do you know that? So with here, I'll say h comma k is the image of 2t comma t square. What I'll say is h minus 2t upon 1 k minus t square upon minus 1 is equal to, when you are talking about image, you append a minus 2 here. If you're talking about the feet, you'll append a minus 1 here. I hope you know the basics, the nuances here. So I'll say, what I'll do here is the power of this point with respect to the line. So 2t minus t square minus 1 divided by Under root over a square b squared? No, that we use with the distance formula. Take care of such basics, take care of such nuances. Remember that it is a square plus b square, that is 1 square plus 1 square, that is 2. When you simplify this, I'm skipping the calculation part, you get h in terms of t, you get k in terms of t. H and k are nothing but what? X and y. So x you get as t square plus 1, y you receive as 2d minus 1. So from here, can I write 2t minus 1 is y, so y plus 1 by 2 will be t. So this value of t, which is y plus 1, can I substitute here? So with that, I'll have x is equal to y plus 1 by 2 whole square plus 1. Now I leave it up to you. Can you not simplify this? Can you not get the answer after simplification of this? I hope most of you must have started seeing the answer, and from this, a lot of you, without even writing a word or a number on this sheet, must have predicted the correct option. Can I move ahead with that? Are you all there with me, listening, understanding, and comprehending this session? And are you not getting the idea? This shift was simple. So far, by looking at these 4 questions, I would definitely say this shift so far is appearing to be simple. You cannot say anything about JEE, as we have already said. But yes, so far it is really simple. Let's see what does Gaurav sir has to say from his side. So let me call him. Let me just call him. So I'm saying that I'm ending it from my end so that he joins. Let me just get a confirmation from his side. By the way, how was your paper, students? Sir, will PW do any practice for JEE Advanced? Yes, Satvik, things are under process. We have already started planning things. So once this analysis season gets over, we'll definitely start with that. So let me just get a confirmation so that we can have Sumit sir on board. But don't worry, we will be there with your journey, with everything. Let's hand it over to Sumit sir.
Okay. So I again got now. Yes, Gaurav. Yes. So comment from one Gaurav to another. Yes, beta. This shift, as far as what questions I'm seeing from chemistry. I mean, this question is just a question of previous year, exact question. Previous year for biomolecules, they didn't ask biomolecules. They asked what Deepen sir was teaching you, permutation and combination. Last year they gave four alpha amino acids and were asked the same question, that how many linear, over there they asked tetrapeptides, right now they are asking about tripeptides are possible when valine, glycine and alanine. Now remember, for all those people who are asking about the 28th, for biomolecules, go through the reactions of glucose 1 and then read the rhyme you already know for essential and non-essential amino acids. At least do this much. And the Hayward projection of glucose and fructose, what is a nucleic acid, the DNA, RNA, the basic composition, the types of bases, that's it. It is hardly going to take half an hour, because one question you are definitely going to get from biomolecules and it will be a piece of cake. Let us see. Now it is saying no amino acid should be repeated, so answer is factorial 3. But yes, obviously, don't those who do not know mathematics, again I'm saying I'm having V, I'm having G, I'm having A. How many places I have to fill? 3 for first place. How many options I have? 3 for the second, because out of that 3, 1 is gone, so how much are left? Out of those 2 you can pick anyone, and obviously for the last one you will have only one option. So what are the possibilities? How many linear tripeptides you can have? 6. So moving forward, bro. Okay, sir, will PW do any? Yes, beta, definitely yes. In fact, stay tuned with PWJ English channel. We'll be definitely catering for all those advanced students. In fact, with the one shots that we have already placed in the channel, you can watch them, and you will definitely, after watching them, you will get to know that we have already exceeded the level of mains. To some extent, the only place where we feel that we need to fill more inputs is the number of questions from advance, because we used to stick with mains question because mains is coming. But the thing is, with the same theory, we just have to do application on the practice of advanced questions. That's it. What kind of question is this? Yes. What kind of question is this? Bang. So Devraj, perfect. That's what I was telling you. It is not even chemistry. Even Deepen sir can solve this. Moving forward. Now, what about now? I cannot say anything for this question. You just read this question. Give me the answer. It is but there is there's a update. Many of the students are also saying that these were not the options because it was saying which one is having at least one. In that case, there should be another functional groups also. So for time being, the concept will remain the same. Actually, you have to determine the secondary alcohol. So which one is having secondary alcohol is your question. Sir, this is carboxylic acid. So obviously not an answer. This is alcohol, and what is a secondary alcohol? When the carbon to which functional group is attached, it is connected with at least two of its bond is connected with carbon chain. So because two sides it is carbon, it is occupied by carbon. So yes, it is a 2-degree alcohol. Yes, definitely this is also a 2-degree alcohol. No, this is a 1-degree alcohol. So this is also a 1-degree alcohol, so not an option. And yes, to this carbon, it is also definitely a 2-degree alcohol. Now, this simple logic you have to put in. Now, I hope I'm getting answers. Yes, perfect. So, everybody is answering option A because this is BCE. BCE is your answer. Moving to the next question. I guess I was having one question for carbonyl compound. So, let's see if I have that question. No. So, let's see who is ready. Your Sumit sir is ready. So, Sumit sir, over to you.
So we are back with a few more questions on physics. Let us see what all questions are there. So just a minute, it's loading. Oh, we are there. So yeah, a simple question on motion on a straight line. Simple question. I think this question is there previously also. I think in mains it was asked. If I remember, this is repeated, I think. Let us read. Velocity of particle varies with position as shown below graph. Find correct variation of acceleration with position. My Vx curve is given. We need to find the Ax curve. Okay. Let us take this is my V naught. This is my X naught. So if I write the equation of this straight line, y is equals to mx plus c. Y is V is equals to what is slope? Minus V naught by X naught into X plus c, the intercept, that is V naught. This becomes the equation of the straight line. Now, V I know, Vx relation I know, I need to find acceleration. How to relate? A is equals to V dV by dx. So if I write acceleration V, so this whole, that is minus V naught by X naught, this is V, dV by dx. If you differentiate it with respect to x, only minus V naught by X naught will come, minus V naught by X naught. Now this will become V naught by X naught whole square into x minus V naught square by X naught. This becomes my Ax relation. Now in this Ax relation, the slope is positive, the intercept is negative. Slope is positive, the intercept is negative. It's a straight line. C option is coming. Are you getting it? Are you getting it? Are you solving these questions with me? Please mention B. No, it's not B. In B, if you see the slope is negative, intercept is positive. No, this is not correct. Here my slope is positive, intercept is negative. Slope is positive, intercept is negative. C is coming. Shailesh, it will be C. Vikas, yeah, this is C. That's correct. Shailesh and Karan, the option is C, not B. Please check it again. Check your calculations because we are getting slope as positive and intercept as negative. Now another question we are having on vertical circular motion. Yesterday also we got one question on vertical circular motion. Now find speed. I think till now 2 questions on vertical circular motion. This is the third one. Find speed at lowest point such that tension in the string becomes 0 at point A. So if the speed is V naught, what is V naught such that at A the tension will become 0? Now at A, what all forces are there? This force, tension force, let us take, we'll put that 0 later. This force mg. Okay, and it is having a centripetal acceleration towards the center because that is in circle at that point. So if I write the F is equals to ma equation along the radial direction, so that will become T minus, sorry, T plus, not minus, T the tension force plus mg, this component, this is 30, this is 60 angle. So mg cos 60 plus mg cos 60 is equals to mv square by r, m into this velocity v square divided by the radius is L. From there, put t is equals to 0. From there, you will get your velocity v. What is that? Root of GL cos 60. I know the velocity here. I need velocity here. This is my point 1. This is my point 2. Conserve the mechanical energy. So kinetic at 1 plus potential at 1 is equals to kinetic at 2 plus potential at 2. For potential, I am taking this as reference. I will take height from there. So at point 1, the kinetic is half m v naught square. The potential there is 0 is equals to, at point 2, the kinetic energy is half m, the velocity square there, that will become GL cos 60 plus the potential energy. What is this total height? How much is this? L cos 60 plus L. So that is L plus L cos of 60. So this is 3L by 2. So plus mg 3L by 2. What it is now? Half m v naught square is equals to GL cos 60 is 1 by 2 plus 3 GL. So v naught becomes a root of 7 by 2 GL. Root of 7 by 2 GL is our option A. Sir, I had my exam on 21st Jan, shift 2, was well prepared but panicked so bad that I was completely blanked out and messed up badly, and now I am in dilemma. What that should I study for advance? What should I do? Naman, first of all, focus on your April attempt. Okay, now your January attempt is gone. Okay, so what you need to do, prepare yourself for the April attempt. Naman, initially I mentioned that actually when you enter the exam hall, there is very high chance that you will panic because your first time giving the exam, you prepared for 2-3 years, you know, so much pressure is there, will I be able to score or not? So there what you need to do, I mentioned that first select, just go through the paper, select very simple question, any 5 or 4 questions you can pick from the entire paper, isn't it? 5 questions, even 10 questions also you can pick, very simple question, just do those simple questions first. Don't solve any question first that time, just do those simple one-liner statement type or questions which will give you confidence. Yes, I am able to do. Once you got yes, I am able to do, then you can, you know, eventually move to moderate and move to the difficult question at the end. So those students who are going to appear on 28th, make sure you follow this strategy. And Naman, now prepare yourself for April attempt nicely. Okay, first secure yourself and then think for advance. I have done this question. Okay, great. So we got our answer. Now let us see. I think Deependra sir would be joining. Just a minute. Yeah, Deependra sir, it's over to you.
So, hello, hi everyone. I think Sumit sir has ended the stream and we are there with our solution. Let's get started. Give me a quick confirmation. Are we visible? Am I audible? Can you all hear me properly? I hope you all are there. Sumit sir has ended the stream and I hope I am very properly visible to everyone. Great. So, we are there with our next question for the day. Great, Naman. Thank you so much. Now, how do we solve this particular one? See, this category of question in the classroom program we make you do a lot many times. Okay, Surya, so should I not see? Okay, great. So how do I solve this further? Just give me a moment. How will I solve this particular part here? Please understand, this is here x plus y. This is, I think there is some typing error here. It should have been x square plus xy plus y square. So here it should have been plus 4 by 7 square as well. This is x cube plus y cube plus, here again there is a typing error, this should have been 4 by 7. So here it is x square y plus xy square. I hope you know this identity you were taught. If you don't remember, go and watch the one-shot video of quadratic equations which we have released on our channel, in which all these identities were covered in a very detailed format. In a very, very detailed format. So here we have told you this particular identity, that if you multiply it by x minus y on both the sides, on the right hand side you'll have, I hope you remember, on the right hand side you'll have s, which is there, into x minus y as per this expression. But here I'll have here x plus y into x minus y. This is x square plus xy plus y square into x minus y. This is x cube plus x square y, xy square plus y cube into x minus y. So do you remember how do we convert it? It becomes x square minus y square. This becomes x cube minus y cube. This becomes x to the power 4 minus y to the power 4. Do you remember this identity? Have you not? Have you not remembered it? Are you not able to recall it? The moment you see a question like this pattern should strike. Now with that, how will I proceed with this question? See, actually x and y are not x and y. X and y are 1 by 3 and 4 by 7. So do remember that. So here on the left hand side, when I'm doing this x minus y thing, or I'm multiplying it by x minus y, it becomes s times x minus y. So x minus y you can figure out quite easily. I'm not doing that calculation part. It will be, that's great, Surya. I'm glad you remembered. So it will be 1 by 3 minus 4 by 7. With that, here I'm taking x square, x square, x cube, and so on. So here, let me just take this part again. X plus y into x minus y. This will give you x square minus y square. I hope you're understanding. This here should be a negative sign. I'm really sorry for that correction. This here, when you multiply this particular part with x minus y, will give you x cube minus y cube. This when multiplied by x minus y will give you x to the power 4 minus y to the power 4. So this sequence will begin with x square, x cube, x to the power 4, and so on, with a negative sign in between, y square, y cube, and so on. So here also there should be a small correction. Just give me a moment. So with that, when you say this is clearly a GP, infinite terms of sum of infinite terms of this GP can be figured out, because common ratio is less than 1. Here also the common ratio is less than 1. So first term is x square, common ratio is x, a upon 1 minus r, a upon 1 minus r. But you got to take care of one more thing. What is that part? You got to divide it by x minus y so that you can get the value of s. The only thing you should take care of is simply substitute the values of x and y here, which were basically 1 by 3 and 4 by 7, so that you can crack the answer. Was it really a tough question? That's great. With that, when I move towards the next question, so far I have made you done 6 questions, and all the 6 questions, in my experience, as per my observation, were amazingly simple, were terribly simple. So if you ask me, my verdict so far based on these 6 questions, they are amazingly simple. They are really easy. They are not even lengthy. Look at the questions. They are 2-line questions, 1-line questions. You can read them and start solving them. You can get the answers in seconds if you can apply the right logic. Here, this is a biquadratic x to the power 4 minus ax square plus 9. What are we told? It has 4 real and distinct roots. So they are saying something, because there must be something behind that. They don't give you anything redundant, anything extra. So this must be having its own significance here in this question, which we may use sometime. Okay, Sanjay, let's see. Then the least integral value of a, they are asking the integral value. So it cannot be 5 by 2, I think. Integral value is what they are asking. So here, if I rearrange this, if I take minus ax square on the other side, I'll have x to the power 4 plus 9. If I divide both the sides by x square, because I'm assuming that x cannot be 0, because if x becomes 0, 0, 9 cannot be 0. So x is equal to 0 cannot be the solution. Just hold on for a while. Here, when I go ahead with this part, I hope the moment you see this coming into picture, Sumit sir, if you can see me online, this is for you. Sumit sir actually keeps us making jealous by, ordering a lot of exotic things, for example, juice and all. So we can have simply tea, because we are not as rich, as affluent, as wealthy as him. So here we are having tea. So Sumit sir, have some tea. So here what I'll say is that here, I can see this expression is giving me a very crystal clear idea that A and GM should come into picture. So far, in all the shifts which we have seen so far, all the questions we have seen so far, memory based, I'm saying, mind you everyone, a strict memory based. I haven't seen AMGM getting used, but now in this particular one, as per my experience, as per my knowledge, we can use this one. So A I'm defining as x square plus 9 by x square. So when you talk about something minimum related to the value of related to the minimum value of something, I think AMGM plays a very crucial role in deciding that. So here x square plus 9 by x square, when I take its AM, it is x square plus 9 by x square divided by 2. Its GM will be under root over x square into 9 by x square. This x square gets cancelled. You're left with 3 here, and root 9 is 3. This 2 into 3 will be 6. So this basically was what we have cracked. This was A. So as per that logic, A should be greater than or equal to 6, but there is a catch. If you are thinking the paper is really simple and really easy, there will be some trick questions. And if you get lured by the value of A as 6, and if you're marking or putting the input or the data as 6, then you are slightly wrong here. And there is no slightly wrong or slightly correct here. You're either wrong or you're correct in objective type questions here. So the problem here is, if I check A as 6, so if A becomes 6, which means AMGM inequality became equality. So when do you see an equality become equality? Sir, it happens when all the observations are same. All the observations are same means what? X square is equals to 9 by x square. So if x square is equals to 9 by x square, when you take its least value, equality becoming inequality. Inequality become equality. In that case, we know x square into x square, x to the power 4 is 9, x square is 3, which means x will be plus minus root 3. Which means I am getting only two roots. But what did it say? It said clearly 4 real and distinct roots. Am I getting 4 real and distinct roots? I clearly am not getting 4 real and distinct roots, which means A cannot be 6. So can I go ahead with that? Yes. Now let's take a value of A which is 7. With that, you will get 4 real and distinct roots. So all the people who are watching it online currently, tell me how many of you have gotten 7 as the correct answer, and what was your approach? A lot many times what we see in the classrooms is that students get the right answer with something absolutely different, with something really out of the box. So if you have tried something and if you have gotten the answer with some other method, do share it in the comment box. I'll be really surprised and amazed to see if you bring something really good. This answer was a random guess. No. If you tried it with a random guess, then it is perfectly fine. Can we take discriminant? It is a biquadratic. How will you try taking it? But of course, try doing it. If you get to some substantial conclusion, Dave, then I'd love to hear it from you. Keep digging, keep delving. By the time, let me ask who joins me next. So I think Gaurav sir must be very well prepared. Let me see whether he is ready or not. So I am ending. Let's see who responds. Okay, great. So Gaurav sir is there.
Yes. So I was writing end, but sir was continuing. Okay. So moving forward, I have few questions for you now. The first one is from carbonyl compounds. Hi beta. Hi Surya. Hi Surya. Hi Naru. Okay. I'm again listening to my voice. So yes, now I'm quiet. So yes. Moving forward, now this is a question from carbonyl compounds. The statement 1 says that on cross aldol condensation, two different aldehyde always is a point where you should always is the word where you should always put attention to, because in chemistry you cannot say always. I mean, for most of the things, as because in my time also, if you ask me, the thing about chemistry is the thing about life is, remember, all of you who have seen COVID times, I mean, nobody could have predicted that whatever life they are leading right now could be this. Especially I'm also one of that cases. So I mean, there is a whole, so you cannot say always. Now why practically I'm saying, sir, For aldol condensation, you need the carbon next to a carbonyl carbon is the alpha carbon, the aldehyde for carbonyl carbon, the alpha carbon must be having hydrogens. If they do not have hydrogen, then how come aldol will take place, then Canizaro will take place? But they are saying when two different aldehyde, no matter what are they, because they are saying when two they are different, what if they do not have alpha hydrogen? Then they cannot form four products, rather they will do Canizaro. So they will not even do aldol condensation. Therefore, because of this always thing, generally it is definitely correct. That is incorrect statement. Yes, Devraj. Okay, Devraj is saying both are incorrect. Statement 1, okay. So let us do statement 2. Statement 2 is directly NCERT fact. It is saying benzaldehyde and acetophenone. What is benzaldehyde? Benzene connected with CHO. What is acetophenone? Benzene connected with a carbonyl group and then a CH3. So this is acetophenone, very famous now. This is aldehyde and that is ketone. Aldehyde tends to have higher susceptibility to nucleophilic addition. Why? Because steric hindrance is less, and second is the delta positivity. The delta positivity is also high. Why? Because on any way, if you will be ketone, you will be providing plus I effect and that delta positivity will be getting decreased. So because of steric factor also and electronic factor also, aldehydes are more susceptible for nucleophilic addition. Although we know with semi-carbazide and with all reaction, aldehyde ketone both respond to semi-carbazide. But obviously if the question is asking who is more reactive, so aldehyde is more reactive. The question is saying different thing. It is saying among aldehyde and ketone, only ketone reacts. So this is definitely incorrect because actually both react. So both statements are incorrect. Therefore option 4. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Everybody. Janam, Devraj. मैथ लेंथ था सर, इंटीग्रेशन में लिमिट डेरिवेटिव. Okay, maths. Okay, so for chemistry, I guess we are done. Moving to the next question, it says order of wavelength. Now, many students make this mistake. Order of wavelength they are asking. Absorbed absorbed radiation for the below complexes. Now, we know splitting happens. For octahedral complexes, we know splitting happens. T2G and EG. Now, who is responsible for this splitting? Sir, first the metal ion itself, because it is all cobalt plus 3, so metals are same. So next responsibility is of ligands. So the stronger be the ligand, stronger will be this crystal field splitting of the octahedral complexes. Who is the strongest ligand? Sir, Cn minus is the strongest ligand. We all know this. We should know this. Post that ammonia. But this is having 6 ammonia. This is having 5 ammonia. So obviously 6 will do more splitting. So post that ammonia. And for ammonia I'm writing. Therefore fourth should have maximum splitting. Post that first. Post that second. And least will be of 3. But this is order of crystal field splitting. So if energy is higher frequency is required for excitation. But question is asking you wavelength, and I guess you should know frequency and wavelength are inversely proportional and frequency and energy is proportional. So for wavelength, order should be reversed. That means fourth should have the least wavelength. Fourth having least wavelength. Fourth having least wavelength. Fourth having least wavelength and third having maximum. So option C is your right answer. Yes, perfect. Dev Raj has given C. Perfect, bhai. Perfect, perfect. I hope it is clear moving forward. Now, coming to the next question, a basic question from thermodynamics. That's why I say do not leave chapters, because for this thermodynamic, you do not have to know every thermochemistry, just basic thermochemistry. Even if you leave dynamics, learn the formulas of reversible, irreversible work, formula of float, delta U is equal to Q plus W, then learn the definitions of thermochemistry. This is a definition of thermochemistry. It is giving delta H atomization. Now, you just need to know the definition of atomization. What is enthalpy of atomization? If you have 1 mole of any compound, break it into constituent gaseous atoms. That's it. So, that means, sir, I have methane. Methane is having 4 C bond H bonds. Give methane energy. Okay, sir, giving energy. It will break. Let it break into constituent gaseous atoms. So it will form 1 carbon and 4. That means how many bonds you have broken? 4. question is supplying you with the data. It is saying X kilojoule of energy you have to supply to kill these 4 C bond H bonds. So if X kilojoule is required to kill these 4 bonds, so can't you tell me what will be the energy required to break 1 C bond H? Sir, X by 4. So this you know. Now come to, yes, Devraj has given answer. Okay, that must be for the previous question. Okay, let us do this. Now this is ethane. So go to ethane. What is ethane, sir? From class 10th, you know. This is class 10th knowledge. Now this is having 6 C bond H and 1 C bond C. And if I break this guy, it will form 2 carbon gaseous atom and 6 hydrogen gaseous atoms. Question is saying over here supplied heat is Y. So this Y is required to break whom? Sir, 6 C bond H. So this Y is required to break what? Sir, it is required to break 6 C bond H. For C bond H, I guess you already know it is X by 4 per C bond H. So for 6, it will be multiplied by 6. Plus, there is one extra bond, sir. This carbon-carbon bond. Let's say this carbon-carbon bond energy is A. Let us assume it is A. So let's say it is A. So what is the value of A? Okay, it will be 3, it will be 2. So take LCM. So 2Y will be equal to 3X plus 2A. So A will be equal to Y minus 3X by 2. Y minus 3X by 2. I hope it is perfect. Okay. Kanaran also saying C. Surya, C perfect. Sailesh, C perfect. Devraj, C perfect. Rags, I remember you. So C perfect. Okay, moving. Both incorrect. Janam, okay, Janam is answering the previous question. Janam, move forward. Now, coming to this question of chemical bonding, MOT, molecular orbital theory was missing. So, I guess in previous session, I have not seen a clear question of MOT. So, this is a clear question of MOT. Most of the teachers, I mean, even I have heard, there are some tricks that I do not remember those tricks. Why? Go by the basic, no, because by the trick also you will calculate bond order. For seeing paramagnetic nature, you have to know the unpaired electrons, right? So it doesn't take much of efforts. Start practicing. If you practice that trick, then while doing question, maybe if for paramagnetism you will get FASOFI. So what I am recommending is do the by basic. What is the basic, sir? Okay. You have to say calculate actually bond order and those species who are having same bond order and are paramagnetic. Luck and all, like for example, you have prayed a lot in the morning and your day is good. Pick one option and calculate bond order and paramagnetism. Maybe if it is first option, it will be bingo. But I'm not saying that. But you should go by basic is what I recommend moving forward. So because for oxygen and for nitrogen, let us remember that MOT. Sir, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What I am doing? Sigma 1s, sigma asterisk 1s, sigma 2s, sigma asterisk 2s. Anyway, this will be gone. Why? Bonding, anti-bonding will be cancelled. So bond order contribution will be getting cancelled. So these are obviously gone. So I'll not do it again. 8 are filled. Now the difference comes for oxygen. Sigma 2pz is filled. That means 9 and 10. After that, 11 and 12. Why I'm writing? Because pi 2px and pi 2py. Keep that in your mind. Then 13 and 14, then 15 and 16. Now these are pi-istic. These are pi-istic. Okay. So what I'm doing it for, let's say the first option I'm doing for O plus. So for O plus, what you do? Sir, remove one electron. So let's say I'm removing this 16th electron. So this becomes electronic configuration of O2 plus. Now, sir, they are already cancelled. In bonding, you have 6. But this anti-bonding will cancel 1. So how many electrons you are left with? 5. So 5 by 2 is bond order is 2.5, and it because this electron is gone, because that 16th electron is gone, even if it would have been there, it is again still it is paramagnetic because you can see this 15th unpaired electron. So O2 plus is having bond order 2.5 and it is paramagnetic also. Right, sir? You have made this. Now do for other options also. Now go to nitrogen. For nitrogen, do not think of this 8. They are already gone. Fill the ninth one. But for nitrogen, what is filled first? Pi 2px and pi 2py. So after, from here also we'll start, from here only we'll start filling. So 9th and 10th, 11th and 12th, then 13th, then 14th, because then sigma 2pz will be filled. Now it is saying what? N2 minus, that means one electron is additionally coming, so it will be coming to pi s stick. So this is anti-bonding. It will be coming to the 15th electron will be coming over here. Now this is anti-bonding. So for calculating bond order, so these bonding minus anti-bonding, so 1 will be getting cancelled. So how many are again left? Sir, 5 bonding. So bond order 5 by 2. So again bond order is 2.5. Sir, we want same bond order. Bingo. Check whether it is paramagnetic or not. Sir, because of this electron it is again paramagnetic. So bingo, you got your answer. Everybody got their answer. Karan is saying B. Karan, check it again, bhai. Everybody is saying yes. A is your right answer. Right. Why to do for others? Because this is single correct. Yeah. If it would have been an advanced question, then it can be multiple correct. But we are giving mains questions. Obviously, we can move forward. Everybody has got their answer. Perfect. Yes. Surya, it is A. Anil A. Karan A. Nahi. Karan has given B. Karan, I hope it is rectified. Shall I move forward? Moving to the next question. Sorry, not moving to the next question. This was all I was having. So let me check. I have another question. No. So I guess Sumit sir is coming. Who's coming?
Am I audible? Am I audible? Am I audible? Just wait. Please mention. Am I audible? Okay. Sailesh. Hello, Sumit sir. Hello, Sailesh. Yeah, this is our next question. Find current through ammeter. Okay, here this is our ammeter. We need to find what is the current through this ammeter. Nothing is mentioned. We will consider capacitor in steady state. Nothing is mentioned. Capacitor is in steady state. No current will be passing through the capacitor. Why so? In steady state, capacitor behaves like open circuit. Now this is the thing. Okay, how much current will be passing here? This 8 and 8 are in parallel. So this is 4. This 4 and this 4 are in series. So this whole is 8 ohm. This whole is 8 ohm. Now this 8 ohm and this 8 ohm are in parallel. So this total, I can say till here, this total is 4 ohm. This total is 4 ohm, this is 6. They are in series. 4 plus 6, 10. It means 1 ampere current is coming from here. From here 1 ampere current is coming. Now this is 8 and this is 8. This is 8 and this whole was 8. How much current will pass through this? 0.5. Isn't it? Two equal resistor. This whole is 8 and this is 8. 1 ampere was coming. So 0.5 and 0.5 to the rest of the circuit. Like this. So the answer is 0.5. Yes, Shailesh, Devraj. Great. Okay. Another question. For a person standing at point O, okay, this is our O. The direction of current in loop A is clockwise. It means the person is standing here and he is seeing the current in loop A is clockwise. It means this is outside, okay, means out of like this, and this one is the inside one. Dotted one is the inside one, and the direction of current is like this. Now, and B, it is also clockwise. So when he sees B, for B also he is seeing the direction is clockwise. Clockwise means the current is coming like this. So this is outside, okay, and this dotted one is inside. Inside means inside like this. Now due to this we need to find the net magnetic field. Now what is this current? This current is 4. This current is I, this is 4I. Now due to this current I, what is the direction of magnetic field there? This you can say this is outside, okay. So the current is going like this. It means magnetic field is in this direction. So this is B1. Okay, due to this. Now due to this, I am taking this as A. So this is my BA. So due to loop B, in which direction it will flow? So the current is, this is outside like this. So it is in that direction. So that is in this direction. And this is my BB. Which one is more? BA is more or BB is more? Loop, similar type of loop, here current is I, here current is 4I. It means certainly BB is greater. It means this is greater. BA is lesser. So the resultant will be towards the right. Towards the right means towards B. That is option B. Towards B. Yes, Devraj. Yes, Shailesh also is saying B. Okay. The emitter was opposite to the 4 ohm resistor. Opposite to the 4 ohm resistor means what? Okay, I got. Like you are saying in the actual question in JEE Mains, the emitter was opposite to 4 ohm resistor, or means it was here. Okay, instead of here, it was here. Might be. This is a memory based. Yes, thank you for telling that. So this is a memory based. So one student is telling this emitter was not here, the emitter was here. So still the answer will remain 0.5 because here the 0.5 current is going. Okay, thank you for mentioning that. So tell about 28th Jan. Don't speculate anything. If the paper comes easy, great. If the paper comes difficult, that I am saying, when you enter the exam hall, don't panic. Select easy questions. Prepare a positive mindset. Do 5 to 10 easy questions. You will get great motivation. Yes, I am able to solve questions. And once you feel in the exam, yes, I am able to solve questions, then what happens? Then whole mindset become positive. Yes, even if there are questions which means you could have missed, you will be able to solve. Why so? Because you were positive in the exam. So please keep this thing in mind. Remain positive. Start your paper with few simple questions, 5 to 10 simple questions. Then go for other questions. Then also same answer. Yes, Salish. Next question, please. Okay, I think next question will be of next question will be of maths. Now Dipendra sir will be joining. So it's over to you, Dipendra sir.
So I think we are there. Give me a response quickly, students. Am I clearly visible? The screen, the stream. Just give me a quick response. Yes, we are there, live and visible. Great, great, great. So let's get started with mathematics section. We are there. I hope you all are listening, watching and understanding. Yes, Surya, we are bringing the next question right there in front of you. So I've brought you a good set of questions, but again, my perception, my opinion, my belief hasn't changed. The questions are still simple. The questions are amazingly simple. Can you believe this? IIT asking you the domain of sine inverse of 1 upon x square minus 2x minus 1. Better, way better questions than this we have already done in our revision marathon, in our formula revision session, and the session which we did take the day before yesterday, where I made you revise a prediction based questions, that what category of questions could appear. There we did a better question than this, exactly like this, but a better than this. So there you could have developed the idea that how should you approach this kind of question. So we have done a series of videos where we have made you revise all those category of questions. A very simple idea, we know sine inverse is defined for all those values of x which are lying between minus 1 and 1. So this expression should lie between minus 1 and 1. So 1 upon an algebraic. So this algebraic expression should be either less than minus 1 or greater than 1. Do you remember that? If I take reciprocal of it, this is how you deal with this inequality. Just hold on for a while. Let me have some water. So with that, when I proceed with this, of course, we are not as rich as Sumit sir. Sumit sir usually takes juice. We have simple water. So yeah, how do I proceed with this? This should be less than either minus 1 or greater than 1. Minus infinity to minus 1 and 1 to infinity. So like that. So when I solve this particular one, this is the quadratic I get, factorization x minus 2. So if it is less than 0 between the roots, which is 0 to 2, equality is there, closed interval. But here, when I bring this 1 here on the other side, it will become minus 2. It will have two roots, let's say alpha and beta. This quadratic is greater than equal to 0. So less than the lesser root, greater than the bigger root. So let's say alpha is the smaller root. So less than the lesser root, greater than the bigger root. So beta is the bigger root. So alpha is 1 minus root 3, 1 plus root 3 is beta. Sridharacharya formula. So with that, it should be less than 1 minus root 3 and 1 plus root 3. So I get three things. I'm using OR because either this should happen or that should happen. I hope you remember that. Great. So with that, this or this should happen. OR means union. Do you remember that? With that, I'll say my answer will be from minus infinity to this, or 0 to 2, or from 1 plus root 3 to infinity. But here, I'll use open intervals before them and closed interval after them. So yes, here, this clearly matches with our answer. Alpha, beta, gamma, delta, you all know alpha. This is beta, this is gamma, and this is delta. You can add and mark the correct answer, which I need not tell you what should be. Can you help me with the correct answer by writing your response in the chat box? Are you all there? Listening, watching, and understanding? Great, 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 great. Keep participating, keep interacting. That's the key factor to keep you engaged, to keep you alive. So here, let's move towards the next question. What do we see here? So far, I have been missing questions specifically based on continuity and differentiability. But when they are giving us, they are giving such silly and simple questions. You won't believe this shift was amazingly simple. I'll compare this shift with the first shift. The first shift of JEE, the day JEE started this year, the first shift was terribly simple. And I thought this should be that first shift of the first day should be the simplest or the easiest one. But today, surprisingly, this evening shift is as simple as that shift only. So again, you should have attempted minimum 15 questions from maths, minimum using the word. Look at the questions. They are really simple. Expressions are simple. The calculation is simple. Three steps questions are there. Look at this one. Here, fx is defined as modulus of ln x minus modulus of x minus 1. Here, splitting it so that piecewise definition comes into picture. Great, great Salish, great Surya. That's brilliant. That's perfect. I'm glad most of you are responding. So keep answering, keep interacting so that you all, stay engaged here, so that you don't lose your focus, you don't lose your concentration. So when you say that, sir, mod x minus 1. So critical point could be 1. So I'll say x should be greater than equal to 1. And other point will be that x should lie between what? Just hold on for a while. X should lie between what? 0 and 1, because ln x will be defined for all the values of x which are greater than 0. I cannot have x less than 0. That is clear for sure. So with that, x will be either from 0 to 1 or greater than 1. So when x is between 0 to 1, we know ln x is negative. So when I remove the mod, I should introduce a negative sign. But when x is from 0 to 1, x minus 1 will also be negative. So negative of negative will give me x minus 1. Everyone with me on this? The next part here. When x is greater than 1, this is positive. Of course it would be. When x is greater than 1, ln x is positive. I hope you know how to draw the graph of ln x. I hope you haven't forgotten that. With that, ln x comes out as it is. X minus 1 with the negative sign becomes minus x plus 1. To figure out the differentiability, why can I not differentiate it? So that continuity sort of method we are applying to check differentiability. I hope you remember that. So with that, when you differentiate this, this becomes 1 by x minus 1. This becomes minus 1 by x plus 1. So I'll find its differentiability at 1, because at 1 it is breaking, otherwise it is continuous. At 0 we need not check. So here I'll say f dash 1 plus and f dash 1 minus. F dash 1 plus will be 1 by 1 minus 1, that is 0. F dash 1 minus 1 will be minus 1 by 1 plus 1, that is 0. So if f dash 1 minus and f dash 1 plus is same, which is 0, I'll say it is differentiable at 1. If it is differentiable at 1, I need not check it further at anywhere else, and I'll say statement 1 is absolutely correct. Now, few more conclusions which we can bring. I hope you all are there listening, watching, and understanding. The next conclusion which comes into picture is that, can you say something about its increasing or decreasing nature? Since we have predicted f dash x, see, we know when x is greater than 1, 1 by x will be less than 1. So a value which is less than 1 minus 1 will be negative, because it is between 0 to 1. Minus 1 will be negative. So we know 1 by x minus 1 will be negative for all the values of x which are greater than 1, which means f dash x will be negative for all the values of x which are greater than 1. I repeat, for all the values of x which are greater than 1, f dash x will be negative. And if f dash x is negative, this being increasing is false, so statement 2 is incorrect. Look at the next statement here. When x is between 0 to 1, so 1 by x will be greater than 1. So negative of it will be negative minus 2 minus 3, like that. With the plus 1, it will be still negative, which means f dash x is still negative when x is between 0 to 1. So it was decreasing here, it was decreasing here, it is decreasing everywhere in its domain. So fx is decreasing in 0 to 1, yes. Had they given you decreasing here, all these statements would have been correct. But so far, I hope you all are realizing and understanding which options are to be marked. Statement 1 and statement 3, option A will be the correct answer. Can I move ahead from here? Moving towards the next question. Let's see the next question. Truly speaking, the same question with the same data we did yesterday as well. So I think there must be some correction in the data. Otherwise, if I could tell you the approach here, then you do remember that this category of questions are being asked every shift and every shift and every shift. We are seeing questions based on this where calculation is being done and they are giving you certain inequality in equation or a relation or some sort of relation which you need to establish and then find the pairs and then count the number of pairs, number of elements in that set, in that relation. How do we do that? Here, if I could redefine, I'll say y square should be less than 52 minus 4x square. X and y both are integers. So the best thing is, let's start x as 0. So when x is 0, this is 0, y square should be less than 52. Y is a square of an integer, perfect square. So less than 52 means what? 49. Less than equal to 49. So y will be between minus 7 to 7. Integer it is. So between minus 7 to 7, there are 7 into 2, 14 plus 1 numbers. So 15, and there is only one possibility, 0, 7, 0, 6, 0, 5 until 0, minus 7. So there I'll be seeing 15 pairs getting formed. 15 elements will be there in this set. Are you all listening, understanding and clearly comprehending whatever we are explaining at this stage? The next is when I try x as 1 or minus 1, which means x square when I try as 1. With that 52 minus 4, that is 48. 48 means what? Y square should be less than equal to 36. A square, perfect square, which is less than 48 is 36. So for 36, y should be between minus 6 and 6. Between minus 6 and 6, there are 30 numbers, including 0. And there are two possibilities for all of those 30 numbers. So total 13 into 2, 26 pairs will get formed. And if you keep calculating in this manner, you reach to minus 3 and 3. And then finally, with this, 4 into 4 square, 16 into 4 is 64, 52 minus 64 is negative. A perfect square can never be less than negative, which means this will end here. You won't find any elements. So this should end here and you can count these numbers and mark the correct options. Everyone with me so far? How many of you got this question correct? If you have written this shift. Next question, based on limits. A very interesting question. If you do this, that sir here 10x I divided by and multiplied by 10x, then sin x is also divided by sin x, then you are probably wrong. There you don't do like this. Here, then other approach could be, we can use Taylor series, we can use expansion method. That is perfectly doable. You can go ahead with that. So is there any other approach? Because expansion becomes a little lengthy here. There is one more catch here. There is one more approach, the third approach. So how do we do that with the third approach? All I'll say is that here, it looks like 10a minus 10b. So if I have 1 plus 10a 10b in the denominator, I might be doing something. So I am having 10a minus 10b upon 1 plus 10a 10b. But if I'm multiplying it by 1 plus 10a 10b, I got to divide it by 1 plus 10a 10b. So I'm introducing a factor, another factor, 1 plus 10a 10b here. And of course, it did have a denominator 10x minus sin x, which I have introduced here. Why did we do it? Why did we do it? Now look at this part. 10a minus 10b upon 1 plus 10a 10b is 10a minus b. What is a? 10x. What is b? Sin x. So 10a minus b. 10a minus b will be 10x minus sin x. We already have 10x minus sin x here. So I club this data here. I hope you all are realizing why did we do that. Everyone with me? Are you getting this idea? Why are we doing it? Can you help me with this? Where are we leading? Where is it leading us to? With that, what am I now left with? Just this expression, which is 1 plus 10 x, 10 of sin x. Now, what are we told? Limit x approaches 0. So when x approaches 0, this approaches 0, this approaches 0. So 0 minus 0, 0 minus 0, which means 10, 0 upon 0. So this entire expression approaches 1. Do you remember that? 10, 0 is 0. 10, 0 is 0. Sin 0 is 0. 10, 0 is 0. So 0, 0 plus 1. So this also gives you 1. And 1 into 1 should give you the answer as 1. Yes, yes, yes. Easter ready. PYQ question. Sir, why can't we divide sin x and tan x in numerator? I'll tell you, Sailesh. I'll definitely tell you. Don't worry about that. Radians and degrees, if you could remember, I'm just giving you the hint at this stage. You would get the idea. Can we move ahead with that? Yes. From here, when I go ahead, I am not allowed to go ahead because these are the questions I'm right now having. So let me see whether we have Gaurav sir or Sumit sir online or not. So let me ask, shall I end so that somebody else can be ready? Let me see who's joining there. By the way, yes, great. So keep participating, keep responding. By the way, do tell me, how was your paper, students, today? Did you enjoy doing it? Okay, so I think Gaurav sir is responding. He is typing something. Let me receive his response. By the time, you tell me, how was your opinion? Sumit sir is ready to go. So let me seek whether Sumit sir is ready. So let me see whether he's ready. By the way, are you all there? How was your paper? Did you enjoy doing it? By the way, those who are watching us every day analysis thing, are you not learning new things, a lot of new things? And can you not predict a lot of things now? You must be very well prepared by the time now. Now 28th should be something which everybody must be very well prepared. Yes, Surya, that mathematics section today was terribly easy, amazingly easy. You cannot have anything easier than this in IDJEE. Okay. Let me see who has responded so far. Nobody is responding. I think they are still not ready with the questions because questions take some time to get typed. Sir, what do you think about 23rd second paper? It was decent. It wasn't very tough. 23rd last day, yes, the second shift was not very tough. It was moderate and lengthy, it could be said. Some questions were definitely lengthy. Sailesh, when are you having your exam? I wish 28 should be easy. Sailesh, trust me, if everybody is prepared, all of you must be prepared for 20th, right? So even if it comes tough, yes, it will be tough. If it is easy, it will be easy for everyone. And if everybody is prepared well, the cutoff will go high. For 20th, I can say so. But yes, NTA loves surprising kids and they may do anything with your brain. So let me see. So ending, Sumit sir is ready. Sumit sir is ready. So let's see what he brings for you.
Now we are having few more questions. Let us discuss them. Mhm. So we are having a question on wave optics. YDSC question is there. Another question is from finding the equivalent resistance. Another question is on moment of inertia, and there is another question on waves. Okay, there is another question on waves. Are you able to hear me? YouTube लगा दीजिए स्क्रीन पे इसको. Yeah. Are you able to hear me? Okay. I hope it's visible now. Just a minute. I am loading. Oh. Okay. Let us. Oh, it's taking some time. I wish 28th should be easy. Shailesh is saying. Shailesh, it should be. And if it is not easy, let us take some lengthy things are there. Then, as I mentioned, you need to act accordingly. Okay. This we did. No, this we need to do. Let us start from this question. This is on surface tension. What it is, let us read. Radius of a soap bubble is changed, not charged, changed from 7 centimeter to 14 centimeter. Then work done in the process is this. Okay, find the value of x. What is the value of x? Now work done is equals to change in the surface energy. How much is the change in the surface energy? That much is the work. Radius is changing from here to here. How much surface area will change? Now this is a bubble. Bubble means two surfaces are there. So 8 pi r square, r2 square, this is the final. Initial one 8 pi r1 square. This much the surface area changes into the surface tension. Okay, so this much surface energy is changing. That should be equal to the work that we will do. What is surface tension, by the way? Okay, it is mentioned here as sigma. So that is 0.04, okay, into 8 into pi. What is the value of pi? They are saying 22 by 7 into r2 square minus r1 square. It is changing from 7 to 14. Now this is centimeter square, so 10 to the power minus 4, converting that to SI. Now this is 14 square minus 7 square. I can write this as 14 plus 7, that is 21 into, means a square minus b square is a plus b into a minus b, into 7. 14 minus 7. 14 plus 7 into 14 minus 7. This 7 got cancelled. Now we are having how much? How much it is? Surface tension was 0.05 Newton per meter. I think there is some power mistake is there in this question. Let me check the original question. Just a minute. There is some, might be typing error or like that. Let us check again. T is 0.04. I think here there must be some surface tension. Let me check how much should be the power there, by the way. Just a minute. Just a minute, I am checking that value, how much it should be. This is okay, anyways, this is 0.04 of that order only. I think we are doing some mistake or not. 0.04 into 8 into pi, that is 22 by 7 into r square will do, that is 10 to the power minus 4 into 21 into 7. Everything seems fine, but because it is microjoules, either this microjoule should not be there, what it should be. Now let us do the calculations anyways, we will see that. So it will become 10 to the power, okay, minus is coming, sorry, I got confused, this was minus 4, so minus 6 is coming anyways. So this is 4 into 8 into 22 into 21. I was thinking that as 10 to the power plus 4 there, but I was thinking like there is something missing. No, nothing is missing, everything is fine. So 4 into 8 into 22 into 21. How much it is? 14784 into 10 to the power 6. And now we subtract this from 15,000, so this will become 216. Sir, what do you think about 23rd second shift physics? 23rd second shift was lengthy, Gaurav, that was lengthy. Okay, so if lengthy shift is there, but from physics you could have selected 10 questions which you can do very easily. Okay, 10 questions straightforward, other at least 5-6 questions you could have managed to do. So it was a bit lengthy, but still doable. Now resistance of each side is R, find the resistance between A and B. Now we need to find equivalent resistance between A and B. Now see this, there is symmetricity in the circuit, yes. So first of all, I'll fold this circuit 2 times. See carefully, I'm folding this circuit from this line, like this I'll fold it. Why? Because this point is having same potential as this is having same potential as this. Therefore, now if I fold it like this, what will happen? This R and this R will come in parallel. Okay, so here my R by 2 will come. This also will become R by 2. Here also it will become R by 2 because R parallel with R is R by 2. Here also it will become R by 2. Here also it will become R by 2. This will remain R, this will remain R. Okay, now this part, below part is gone. Okay, now this is the circuit. It is again having symmetricity about this line. It is having symmetricity about this line. So what you do? Find half of this resistance, multiply that with 2 and join these points on line of symmetry. Now I'm drawing half of this circuit. This is R by 2. This is R. This is again R by 2. This R by 2 is cut from the half, so it will become R by 4, that R by 4. Now this point and this point will join because they are on the same line of symmetry. So this R by 4 will come parallel here. Now this is my half circuit. I'll find resistance of this into 2. Now R by 4 parallel with R by 2, what it will become? 1 by 4 into 1 by 2 is 1 by 8 divided by 1 by 4 plus 1 by 2 is 3 by 4. So this will become R by 6. So these two, see carefully, these two are having R by 6 resistance. Now this R by 6 and this R by 2 are in series. So R by 2 plus R by 6 will become 4R by 6, or I can say 2R by 3. Now this above part is having 2R by 3, that 2R by 3 is in parallel with R. Parallel with R, what it will become? 2 by 3 into 1 divided by 2 by 3 plus 1 is 5 by 3. So this becomes 2R by 5. Now 2R by 5 is for half, multiply that with 2. Okay, so R equivalent will be 2 into 2R by 5, that will become 4R by 5. How much is 4R by 5? 0.8 R. That is 0.8 R. Are you able to solve these questions parallelly? Please mention. Shailesh, are you solving these questions? Gaurav, are you also solving these questions? I don't think Pratik is not there today. Okay. Next question. Let us read. In YDSC, slit separation D is 2 mm. Okay. Distance between slit and screen is 10 meter. Wave length of wave is 6000 angstrom. If intensity of wave through each slit is I naught, find intensity in front of one of the slits. Let us draw the diagram for you to understand it in a better way. We need how much will be the intensity here at this point. So first of all, I need how much will be the phase difference there. For that, I need how much will be the path difference there. Means what is delta x? Delta x we write as d sine theta, that is my dy by d. This is my y. What is y? Y is d by 2, small d by 2. This is small d. Okay. Here I am able to write this because this is 10 meter, okay, and this is 2 mm. Try to understand that. The difference is too much. Like that we can write as sine theta is nearly equals to 10 theta for very, very small angles. So this is what is small d, that is 2 mm. So 2 into 10 to the power minus 6. What is y? Y is 1 mm. 1 mm. So 1, sorry, mm is 10 to the power minus 3. Mm is 10 to the power minus 3. Y is 1 mm 10 to the power minus 3 divided by capital D is my 10 meter. So what it is now? This becomes 2 into 10 to the power minus 6. This is my delta x. Now what is delta phi? Phase difference is equals to delta x divided by lambda into 2 pi. What is delta x? 2 into 10 to the power minus 6. What is lambda? Lambda is 6000 angstrom. 6000 angstrom means 10 to the power minus 10 into 2 pi. Into 2 pi. Now what it is? This is 10 to the power minus 7. This 10 will remain in the numerator. Okay. And what it is now? Is it fine? I think it's not fine. It's 10 to the power minus 7 and 10 will be there, and we will have, okay, it is getting 2 into 3 there. This will become 20 pi by 3. 20 pi by 3. 20 pi by 3. Is it? Is it? I think there is some, let us put the values again. Something I missed. dy by d was my 2 into 10 to the power minus 3, yeah, 2 mm. Then this y is 1 mm. Then this 10, this this is 10 to the power minus 7. minus 7. Now let us put the values. 2 into 10 to the power minus 7 divided by lambda is 6000 angstrom. So angstrom means 10 to the power minus 10 into 2 pi. Now 10 to the power minus 7 and minus 7, this got cancelled. 2 into 3, so this becomes 2 pi by 3. 2 pi by 3 means 120 degree. Now this intensity is I naught. This intensity here is I naught. What will be the intensity there? Resultant intensity will be 4 I naught cos square phi by 2. That is 4 I naught into cos square I by phi by 2 means 60. Cos square 60 is 1 by 4. Okay, cos 60 is 1 by 2, cos square 60 is 1 by 4. So this becomes I naught. The general formula for intensity, resultant intensity, how we write? I net is equals to I1 plus I2 plus 2 root of I1 I2 cos phi. This is how we write. So I naught plus I naught, and here it will become minus I naught. So that will remain I naught itself. So that is my option C. C, Devraj, perfect. 10 to power minus 7. Yes, that was the mistake there. So there was no question of wave optics in 23rd second shift. 23rd second shift, if I'm having the page, let me check. I don't remember exactly. 23rd second shift, we had one question from wave optics on Brewster's law. Yes, that question was there. Brewster's law, the polarization due to on a surface, the refracted and the reflected and the refracted ray are at 90 degree, then the polarization happened. That thing was asked there. Angle was asked of the refracted ray with the vertical there. Next question on moment of inertia for a uniform cylinder of length L, radius R, the moment of inertia is I1. Now about this axis, the moment of inertia is I1. How to write this? This we will write as, now considering it like a rod, ml square by 12. Now considering it like a disc, the diameter along the disc, mr square by 4. In the marathon session, I had done exactly similar, not exactly similar. There was moment of inertia about this axis. Okay, in the marathon that I took, there I did integration. Okay, so you consider at a distance x, okay, small thickness dx, that will behave like a disc. Due to that disc, I wrote the moment of inertia, then using the parallel axis theorem, writing that moment of inertia about this axis, and then integrating, you will get like this. Now next case, here length is 1 by 2 and radius is 1 by 2. Now the moment of inertia will be, what will be the mass, by the way? Here mass we write as volume into the density. Now volume is pi r square L into the density. Radius is 1 by 2, length is 1 by 2, volume becomes 1 by 8th. So my mass will become 1 by 8th, density is the same. So mass become 1 by 8 and length is 1 by 2. So 1 by 4 factor will come here, 1 by 4 factor will come here. So how 1 by 8 into 1 by 4 into this whole term as it is I1. So this becomes 1 by 32. So the radius of ratio of I1 by I2 will be 32. That is option A. The National Testing Agency released the joint entrance exam JEE Mains 2026 session 1 admit card on January 24. The admit card were released for exams. Oh, where is that comment? I think that comment is not there. That is deleted. I don't know. Okay. Next question. Fifth harmonic of closed organ pipe frequency matches with first harmonic of open organ. First harmonic of open organ pipe. Okay. So fifth harmonic of closed organ pipe. How we write closed organ pipe frequency? 2n plus 1 v by 2l. So fifth harmonic means 5 multiple v by 4l. So when we write for closed harmonic, this is v by 4l. Okay. How we write that? 2n minus 1 into v by 4l. This is for closed, and for open we write NV by 2L. This is how we write. So it is equal to first harmonic of open organ pipe. Now this is L1, this is L2. V is speed of sound, that is same. So this becomes 2 there. So my L1 by L2 comes out to be 5 by 2. Okay. Then X is, it means X is our 5. X comes out to be 5. So there was no question of wave optics. Okay, I discussed that comment. Odd harmonic in closed. Yeah, odd harmonic in closed. In closed always harmonics will be odd. Okay, so here we'll have odd and even both. Okay, let us see if we have another question on physics. Okay, then I think now Gaurav sir will come join us with some questions on chemistry. Let us see if Gaurav sir is there. Okay. So Gaurav sir, it's over to you.
Yes, guys. So welcome back. Now, after these questions, I mean, there were few questions coming. Obviously, there are memory-based questions. So some students gave another data, certain students gives another data. So again, I'm listening my voice. So yeah. So hello, Shailesh is here. Yeah. Moving forward. So this is a question from coordination compounds. Let me see if I have, okay. So this one we have done. Now a question from coordination compounds, and this is a good question. Now, actually why good? Because calculations now here you have to do. So let us try. I want everybody to be invested completely so that we may come across with the actual practice of this actual paper. Sir, do you take any classes in paid batch? I wanna study from you, Gaurav. Thank you. Obviously, we have just now came up with this new PWJ English channel, and we'll be launching courses, especially in order to cater those students who have some language barriers. So we'll be definitely communicating a lot through those classes. So stay updated, beta. Moving forward now. The question says there is a complex with formula this. Now they have hidden the actual molecular formula, that is who all are forming the complex part and what are the counter ions, and in order to show you they are giving you the English saying they show same conductance similar to 1:2 electrolyte. Now what is 1:2 electrolyte? Suppose you have a salt, it forms one cation and two anions, that is called a 1:2 electrolyte. So if this has to form one cation and two anions, that means it will be having two counterparts. So what will be those counterparts? Are metal is a positive species. So obviously the chlorine, the ligand, will be the counter ion. So how many counter ions you need? Two. So obviously you can think of the formula that chromium with this water, how much water we are having? 6. So 5 water will be here because I have to take one chlorine inside. Why? Because the reason you have to take this one chlorine inside, because you need only two chlorines outside. Sir, what about the other water molecule? It will be a hydrogen bonded water molecule as water of crystallization. So this will, when this will go into a solution, what cation you will get? You will get CrH2O5 Cl. This will be your cation, and you will be having two Cl minus ions. But if you look at the formula of the complex is still having that H2O as water of crystallization. So now because it is saying it is 1:2 electrolyte, therefore how many chloride ions are ionizable? Sir, 2. Now go to the question. That was the most trickiest part. Now go to the question. Now it is saying 9.3 gram of this compound of this complex is passed through a cation exchanger, then excess of AgNO3. Now again, a basic practical organic chemistry question is it has become. What does silver nitrate do? It precipitates Ag in form of AgCl. So how many moles of AgCl will be precipitated? 2. But if I had 1 mole of this complex, then I would be getting 2 moles of AgCl. Let's say I have n moles of this complex. So what moles of AgCl you will be getting? You will be getting 2n moles of AgCl. Now let us see what the question is asking. So that's why this is a good question. So it is asking you have to find the mass. So now this is the theory is also utilized, and now you have to do into divide also. So let's do that. So this we know that 2n moles will be precipitated. So what will be weight beta? Weight of AgCl that you will be getting will be these moles as in 2n into molar mass of AgCl. Now question is supplying you atomic mass of chromium. So obviously you should learn atomic mass of silver will be 108. 108 plus 35.5. I guess it is 143.5. Just check. I want everybody, Shailesh, Gaurav, Verma, K, everybody, Devraj. I hope till here we are clear. Now, sir, what else we need? This N. What is N? Number of moles. Number of moles of this complex is given weight is 9.3 and its molecular mass. For its molecular mass also, you again have to do into divide. So this weight will be equal to 2 into, I just write it over here because I need space. So it will be the weight of AgCl precipitated will be 2 into number of moles. Given weight of complex is 9.3 upon its molecular mass. You have to calculate the molecular mass now. Chromium is 52 plus water is 18. 18 into 6 plus chlorine is 35.5. 35.5 into 3. Now do all these things, and I guess I've calculated this for you. You can also check. I guess this will be 266.5. So this will be value of small n, which is number of moles of complex. Post that you have to multiply by the molecular mass of AgCl, and now once you calculate, I guess you will land up around 10 point something, 10.0 something. So what integer type answer you will put, you will get an answer that is 10. So this was a good question. Yes, Sailesh is giving 9.5. Okay, sir, will you complete syllabus of Elevate for April attempt? Yes, that is the job that we have taken. So that is the first job. We'll definitely complete it. Sir, okay. Thank you. Moving forward. Thank you, Batman. Thank you very much. So moving forward. Yes, Gaurav Kumar. Gaurav, perfect 10. Moving forward. Moving to the next question, and relatively easy question. That coordination compound question, I feel you should not do in the first attempt. Come back to the question later and then attempt it. It was a good question. Tough one. It was actually an advanced question. I mean, everything is required now. You have to do it plus minus also. I did that 266.5. While you are sitting in the examination, it is quite difficult. Moving forward now. So there are two statements. Statement one is B is more stable than A. Sir, this is just conformational isomerism. So what is conformational? Sir, this is B. This is the most stable anti-staggered form, because this is most stable anti-staggered form. The torsional strain, the van der Waals strain, both are minimum. So yes, this will be more stable. So statement one is correct. The dihedral angle B is more than A. Dihedral angle is the angle between this group and this group. Obviously it is 180 degree, and over here it is fully eclipsed, so it is 0 degrees. Obviously dihedral angle 180 is greater. So this is also correct. So both statements are correct. Option A. Shailesh is with us. Yes. Bhavani Ashutosh, perfect. Okay, you are responding. Yes. Okay. Karan is back. Karan Kanu, yes. I am friends with everybody, beta. Moving forward. Now, the next question is element X belongs to the group 7th. Now, there was a controversy with this question. Some people said something else, but actually, with a lot of students, they give that, sir, this was asked. Somebody said they only asked KMNO4 because 7th group is what? S block is 2. Then after that, we do the rhyme, that is Shakti, Walker, Man. Go till Man. Why? Because 2, group number 2. So this will be 3, 4, 5 and 6. Is 6 and 7. So 7th period is as in manganese, because they are saying element X belongs to 7th group of periodic table. Then the color of oxo anions having +6 oxidation state. So this plus oxidation state can only be reached by D block cations. 7th, as in we have reached in the group of manganese. We definitely know what is the famous compound of manganese. It is KMNO4. Perfect. So some students said that they were just asking its color. Its color is purple. But actually, the question is, they were asking that when this KMNO4 is having a +6 oxidation state in, sir, we definitely know KMNO4 also exists as manganate ion. This is per MnO4 minus is permanganate, and MnO4 2 minus is actually the manganate ion. And if you check in this manganate ion, the oxidation state is X minus 8 equals -2, that is, it is +6. Over here it is +7. So if they would have asked the color of this +7, it would be purple. But because they have asked for +6, its aqueous solution is a violet colored solution. Its aqueous solution is a violet colored solution. Purple is not even there in the option, so they have saved us. But some have said that whenever the actual paper will be coming, then only it will be getting confirmed. As of now, we are taking this as the question. So moving forward, now this was also not an easy question, a moderate one, because you have to know for permanganate color is quite famous, it's purple. But for manganate, I hope you guys should know it is violet color. So KMNO4, K2Cr27, do that in D block element. It is highly asked. Yes, perfect. Devraj, perfect. Moving to this question from again solution chapter. This was kind of tricky. Yes, beta. So they tricked us. So that's why I'm saying it is not also easy. It was also a good question. Violet. Bhavani Ashtosh. Perfect, bhai. Moving to the next question from solution chapter, solution and colligative property. The simple ideal and the simple ideal solution, the total pressure is equal to P naught A XA plus P naught B XB. The NCRT problem. Vapor pressure of two volatile species A and B are, this is P naught A, this is P naught B. If mole fraction of A in liquid state as in chi, as in X. So in liquid state, mole fraction is 0.8. So this is chi A, simply XA. So applying the formula, total pressure is equal to P naught A XA plus P naught B XB. Do the into divide with me, guys. So what is P naught? 55 rupees. So 55 into 0.8 plus what is P naught B? 120 into, sir, XA plus XB is 1. So if this is 0.8, so this will be 0.2. So with total pressure, can somebody help me with this? What will be the total pressure, guys? I guess this will come out to be 68 mm of Hg. Now this into divide beta in examination, you have to be very religious. Okay, Karan is saying, okay. So I hope we have reached till here. Okay, so this is 68 mm of Hg. Now, what are we asked in the question? Sir, we are asked then mole fraction of B, but where? In vapor phase. Sir, XA and XB are mole fraction in the liquid phase. In the vapor phase, what we have to do? Apply Dalton's law. Dalton tells us, because we have to apply for B, so Dalton tells us that partial pressure of B is equal to total pressure into mole fraction of B, but where? In the gaseous phase. So this is actually the data that has been asked out of you. And from Raoult's law, what do we know? That we have already done, which is partial pressure of B is equal to P naught B into XB. So I hope now it is just a matter of into divide for us. So this YB will be equal to P naught B. What is P naught B, my friends? It is 120 into XB 0.2 upon. What is P total? It is 68. Now do the math. This is also not an easy question. Why? Because calculations are required. Because with chemistry, we expect we have to finish chemistry in 30 to 35 minutes. So if such questions come, you have to invest time in calculation. And I guess with bit of calculation, you will find C as your answer. It will be somewhere around 0.35 something. I hope it is clear. I hope it is clear. Sir, isn't manganate ion green? Beta, Cr plus 3. Cr plus 3 is green in color. Manganate is violet colored species. Devraj. Okay. It's aqueous solution. The ions, the color that they have when they go to solution, remember crystal field splitting takes place because of water also. So whenever you take the color of an ion, the color of an ion in dry state, for example, you have a salt. So it's a dry salt. But when the salt goes to the solution, the color changes. So I am saying the color of, the question was asking the manganese and +6 oxidation state in aqueous solution. So per manganate ion in solution is a violet color species. Okay. So moving forward. Now let us move to this question. Due to presence of unpaired electron, yes, possesses a tetrahedral geometry. Manganate is stable, basic medium, disproportionate. Perfect. All these D block logics are definitely important, beta. Sir, any electrochemistry question? Beta, Gaurav Kumar, electrochemistry question. Yes, and electrochemistry, it has been observed in all the shift, whenever electrochemistry question has come, it was a good question. So it is also a good question. Let us browse through this question. This question says 0.8 molar of HQ solution. That there is an electrolyte HQ. So 0.8 molar of that HQ has molar conductivity as in lambda m of HQ is given out to be 1 upon 30 times of what? Molar conductivity of 0.2 molar solution of HZ. So there are two different electrolytes, HQ and HZ, and molar conductivity of HQ is given out to be 1 upon 30 times molar conductivity of HZ. So this is the first condition that we are given in the question, condition 1. Now find value of pKa of HQ minus pKb of HZ. It should not say pKb, but because they are saying so, K is dissociation constant. So question is signifying, although because HQ and HZ both are having H plus, so definitely both will be acids, but because question is asking us, so we have to go by the question. So the dissociation constant of both pK of first minus pK of second, the difference you have to report. What is given? That they are very weak electrolyte because alpha is very, very less than 1, point number 1, and assume their limiting value are equal. Whose limiting value are equal? Q minus and Z minus. Sir, from Kohlraasch law we know for HQ, lambda m naught of HQ at infinite dilution will be equal to of H plus ion and Q minus ion. Of Z minus of HZ will be H plus and Z minus, because they are equal. H plus is already same. That means through this we can say limiting molar conductivity of HQ and limiting molar conductivity of HZ will also be same. I hope you can say that, because through Kohlraasch law this will be equal to H plus plus Q minus, and this will also be equal to H plus plus Z minus, because Z and Q are same, H plus is definitely same, so they are same. Now again go to Kohlraasch law application. Kohlraasch law also tells you that degree of dissociation of any electrolyte is equal to molar conductivity at a particular concentration upon molar conductivity at infinite dilution. So infinite value is same. That means this denominator is same. That means alpha upon molar conductivity. Alpha upon molar conductivity of both are same, and you are having a relationship. So using this, what else you can say? That alpha of HQ upon molar conductivity of HQ is equal to alpha of HZ upon molar conductivity of HZ. Now you are given lambda of HQ. So replace this lambda of HQ, or rather replace this lambda of HZ. So this HZ will be equal to, because it is easier, no, it is 30 times of lambda of HQ. So this lambda of HQ and lambda of HQ will be gone. So what are you left with? So we are left with alpha of HQ is equal to alpha of HZ upon 30. Now, sir, how you relate alpha with dissociation constant? Now ionic equilibrium is coming. So this is a good question. From ionic equilibrium, we know dissociation of weak electrolyte is related how? So we know from ionic equilibrium, K is equal to C alpha square upon 1 minus alpha. But for weak electrolyte, it is giving also that alpha is very, very less than 1. So that denominator is 1. So now we know that alpha is nothing but under root of K upon C. Having known this fact through ionic equilibrium, apply that over there. So that means under root of, now I am using this one. So under root of K of HQ. Now we got this K. And K of HQ it is taking as Ka. So let us also take this as Ka. Upon what is C? Concentration of HQ is given out to be 0.18. It is equal to under root of Kb into what is the concentration given? 0.02. And there is a factor which is 1 by 30. So that 30 I am taking over here. So square it. So 30 square is 3 3 ja 9, 900 into Ka upon, let us take this is 18. Why? Because then I'll write this as 2. So upon 18 is equal to Kb upon 2. I hope it is clear because this is clearly 9. So this is clearly 100. That means Ka upon Kb is equal to 1 by 100 as in 10 raised to power minus 2. Now take log. So log of this thing as in log of K upon Kb is what? Log of Ka minus log of Kb. It is equal to log of 10 raised to power minus 2 as in minus 2 because log 10 is 1. Now Ka minus Kb, but you have to calculate Pk. Again do that formula. What formula? Sir, P is Pka is minus of log of Ka. So this is Ka, that means this is minus Pka. This is minus Pkb, that means this is Pkb, actual Pkb. So plus Pkb, it is given out to be 2. Now they are asking Pka minus Pkb, so subtracted by 2. So sorry, this will be minus 2. So subtracted by 2. So what you will get is plus 2. A very beautiful question for mains, I feel. Shailesh, a very beautiful question for mains, I feel. Sir, I think question would have taken very much time. Yes, yes, yes. Don't. I said electrochemistry in all the sessions. Actually, this was the most good. I mean, see, calculation you have to do step by step. Not difficult, but yes, with chemistry, we expect we have to do 20, 22, 23 questions in 30, 35 minutes. That is the task. So keeping that time frame in mind, it is difficult. Okay, moving forward. Question asked in January and be similar in April. Beta, leave the question. It will be difficult for everybody. Those who will invest time will actually lose. So do not invest time. So JEE is not a paper of selection. It is a paper of rejection. So you should practice this question now so that you may not attempt it in the examination. So, but it is a question and it's our responsibility to tell you everything. Okay. Now I feel I should get some more chemistry questions for you. This session which we had right now, this 5 questions were good. So I'm ending. Let's see if I'm getting some more chemistry questions or someone is joining. Who is coming? By the time I can 3.62. Karan, why beta?
Okay, students, so give me a quick response. Am I clearly visible and audible? I hope you can see the screen right there in front of you. Let me see whether Gaurav sir has ended or not. So I hope so that he must have ended the... Yes, we are visible. Great, good to go. So I hope you can see the next question from maths. Are you all there? Great, 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 great. So we can see a great response coming from everyone. A very decent, a very straightforward question based on integration. We were clearly saying that with this category of questions, you should think of something in terms of substitution. So to eliminate this type of question, how do you eliminate this kind of question? How was the paper overall? Cyber maths was amazingly easy. Maths was terribly easy. Look at this part here. if you take x to, of course, there is some correction here. It should be a square here. So if I take x to the power 9 from the denominator, why am I doing so? Have a look at that. You will see things happening. So if I take x to the power 9 out from the denominator as a common entity, of course, x to the power 18 will come out because it is a square. So when you divide x to the power 18 here, when you divide by x to the power 18 here in the numerator, x to the power 10 by x to the power 18 will be x to the power 8 in the denominator. X to the power 8 upon x to the power 18 will be x to the power 10 in the denominator. Everyone with me on this? Can I move ahead? When you take x to the power 9 common from the denominator, it will be 1 by x to the power 9. It will be 1 by x to the power 7, and this will be 2. Now, the simplest thing you all must be able to think of is, if I substitute this by t, 1 by x to the power 9 plus 1 by x to the power 7 plus 2, if I replace this by t, so here I hope you know how to differentiate it. 9 minus 9 x to the power 10 minus 9 by x to the power 10 minus 7 by x to the power 8 dx will be dt. When I take this negative sign common out, this dx will be minus dt. So when you make that substitution, minus dt upon t square, we know integration of t square, that is 1 by t. Now the only thing you got to do by yourself is substitute this t. This t was actually this. So this t is substituted. Now you are given f1 is 1 by 4. With that, you can crack the value of c. You all must have been doing it if you are preparing for IDJEE. With that, you can very easily work out f of x. That is definitely not a difficult, tough, or a huge task. Can we move ahead with that? Let's go for the next question then. What do we see? A good question, a decently good question from statistics. How do we solve this question here? X is given a set where 1 to 19 natural numbers are given. Great, perfectly acceptable. What I do next here is that here a new data is given where you are performing certain linear operations on x, which means you are multiplying each of these observations by a certain value and you are adding a constant value to it. So all these yi are nothing but a times xi plus b. A times xi plus b, remember this. With that, such that the mean and the variance of y is 30 and 120. So let's work on this data first, then we'll go back to x. How do I define mean of y? I hope you're understanding. Y is defined as axi plus b. So here, summation if I use, because I need summation yi, that will be a times summation xi plus summation b. Now, please pay attention. Summation y. I need the mean. So, to have the mean, summation yi upon the total number of observations, which were 19 here. So, there will be 19 here. So, summation yi by 19 will be the mean, and mean we are given as 30. So, this should be nothing but what? 30. So, we are given this as a times summation xi by 19. B, there are 19 b's, b plus b plus b. So, 19b by 19, because I'm dividing both these sides by 19. So, here it leaves you with b. Summation xi. Summation xi means what? Sum of first 19 natural number sum, which is n plus 1 by 2. So 19 into 19 plus 1 by 2, that is 19 into 20 by 2. So here I am getting an equation in A and B, which is clearly a linear equation. Let's stop here. Now move to the other data. The other data is, let's say I figure out the variance of this data. How do I figure out the variance of this data? The variance is given by summation x square by n. So 1 square plus 2 square plus 3 square until 19 square by 19 minus summation x by n whole square. So summation x by n, that is 19 whole square. So here sum of square of first n natural numbers is given by n plus 1, 2n plus 1 by 6. So that is 19, 20, 39 by 6 divided by 19. Summation of xi, 1 plus 2 plus 3. So that is given by n plus 1 by 2. 19 into 20 by 2 divided by 19. I hope you all are with me. When you simplify this, what are we given? This variance we are not given, but I can work out this variance because it is a simply numerical operation. This turns out to be 30. Sir, what have you achieved by figuring out this variance? Have patience. Always remember, whenever you perform certain operations on certain data, where you are multiplying each observation by a certain value and you are adding a certain value to it. So mean is basically multiplied by A. What changes it brings? That if it has a mean, let's say m, so the mean of y will be am. But no, here we are dealing with variance. So what changes happens with variance? Look at this. Let's say the variance of this data, is 30. So the variance of this data where you are multiplying each observation by A and you are adding a constant value. So this constant value will not play any role in deciding the new variance. But if each observation is multiplied by a certain fixed constant, then the new variance will be A square times this constant value square times the previous variance. So the variance of all these yi is 120. The previous variance was 30, should be multiplied by the coefficient of x, with which I am multiplying all these observations, so that a square should come into picture. When you solve this, you can crack a. When you crack a, you replace it here so that you can crack b. Once you have cracked a and b, I think you got the answer, which is definitely not going to be a tough task. Everyone with me on this? Have you all understood this? What type of questions asked in January attempt? Will it be similar in April too? Yes, it will be, but students will be well prepared now. Everybody will be well prepared. Board's pressure will not be there. I hope you are understanding it. Sir, how did January 21 shift to have no integration problem? It is a memory based paper. So far out of 25 questions, we are at the worst case scenario. In the best case scenario, we are able to fetch 19, 20, 21 questions in our best case scenario. So 4 to 5 questions are always missed. So it is not always a perfect crystal clear picture that you will start receiving once you start receiving the response sheets. This is still a memory based paper, the response which we have received from the students. With that, when I move towards the next question, what I see from here is we are given a very excellent question. This I have been highlighting when we have created that thumbnail that IDJE paper has leaked. There we have tried, no paper was leaked basically. We were trying to highlight that you should watch the analysis. Why? Because by watching the analysis, you get the idea what category of questions are asked. And in that video only, I had given you this category of questions. Do you remember that? So how do we figure out this category of question? Look at this. Matrix P is this, matrix Q is this. So first of all, we have this matrix P. But how are they defining Q? Q is 2 to the power I plus j minus 1 of Pij, which means if first element is P11, so it will have a coefficient here in matrix Q as 1 plus 1 minus 1. That is 2. 2 to the power 1 plus 1 minus 1. So this is 2. So 2, 2 square, 2 cube, all of these will be introduced. This basic calculation you're supposed to do, I'm skipping that part. With that, I hope you can clearly see I can take 2 common from here, or rather I can take 2 common from here, 2 square common from here, 2 cube common from here. Then I can take certain values common from here, certain values common from here. So ultimately, I'll be left with a lot of 2's which are 2 to the power 9. So if I talk about determinant of factor Q, matrix Q, it will be 2 to the power 9 times determinant of matrix P. Now, we are told determinant of matrix Q is 2 to the power 10, which is 2 to the power 9 times determinant of matrix P. So matrix P has its determinant as 2. I hope 2 to the power 9, 2 to the power 10. So we could crack determinant of P. This is always given in this manner only so that you could figure out. Once you have cracked the determinant of P, the job is done. Now they don't ask you to expand the determinant. You all have the Saras rule, the shortcut, which we have been discussing in our one-shots. So now we are talking about how do you figure out different properties and how do you apply them in such scenarios. So we have determinant of P. Now we are asked adjoint of P, the determinant of it. So adjoint is appearing 2 times. So determinant of P to the power n minus 1. The order is 3. 3 minus 1. 3 minus 1 should be raised to the power 2. So that is 2 to the power 2. That is 4. Determinant of P is 2. 2 to the power 4 is 16. That's your answer. Everyone with me on this? Can I go ahead with that? Shall I show you the next question from today's shift? Very simple, a very straightforward, a decently straightforward, simple question it was. What was it? Fx be a differentiable function satisfying the equations. Pay attention to this. The variable is t here. T is approaching x. So x should be treated as a constant here. T square f of x square f of t, x minus t. And this is given as a finite limit 3. If I make t approach x, so x square fx, x minus x, 0 by 0 form, which means L'Hopital can be applied. So I'm now going to differentiate numerator and denominator separately with respect to t. T is the variable. So t square 2t, fx is constant minus x square constant, f dash t upon x is 0 constant minus t is minus 1 when differentiated. Everyone with me on this? Are you all listening and understanding? With that, this value is given as 3. So when I simplify this and when I rearrange this data, this becomes dy by dx. This becomes y times minus 2x is equal to 3. Bernoulli's, so I divide this by x square on all the 3 sides. It is not Bernoulli, it is simple linear differential equation. Bernoulli it is not. So dy by dx minus p plus P of X into Y is equals to Q of X. Linear differential equation. In every shift, we are seeing at least one question based on linear differential equations. They will be asking this category of questions. So with that, I need to find integrating factor. Do you all know how to solve linear differential equations, students? So with that, integrating factor is given by e to the power P of X dx. P of X is minus 2 by X. So that will be minus 2 ln X. That gives you 1 by X square. I hope you know how to do that. With that, when I go ahead further, how do you write the solution of linear differential equation? Integrating factor into Y is equals to integration of Q of X into integrating factor. So with that, you know how to calculate this 1 upon x to the power 4 integration of this. You all know how to do it, and with that you can write the final answer. Everyone with me on this? I hope it clearly was not a difficult question. Limit, Newton-Leibniz formula, differential equation. They merge concepts like this. I hope you wouldn't forget that. You will definitely remember such approaches, that how do you solve such category of questions. Once you have cracked y, which means f of x, I think f of 1 means 2, you can crack constant of integration, and with that you can figure out 2f2, which is definitely not a tough task. With that, when I move ahead, when I show you the next question, yes, we do have the next question, a very interesting, a very amazing one. How do we solve this one, students? Let S has 6 elements. Okay, so there is a set S, and PS is the power set of S. Do you remember power set? Power set is the set of all the subsets. So if S has 6 elements, the power set of S will be having 2 to the power 6 subsets. I hope you remember that. So the number of elements in power set of S will be 64, 2 to the power 6. I hope you remember that. The number of elements in the power set of S will be 64, 2 to the power 6. Everyone with me on this? Are you all there? Listening, watching, understanding, and comprehending it very clearly. So let an ordered pair A comma B is selected at random from PS cross PS. So PS and PS, we are taking the Cartesian product here. So I hope you're understanding. 64, 64 elements are there. With that, I hope you're understanding very clearly. 64 elements are mapped with 64. So 64 into 64 possible relations will be there, and 2 to the power 64 into 64 will be the total number of relations. That is not matter of concern. What are we solving here? Probability that A intersection B. So let's say this is a set A, this is a set B. So I have distributed all these PA, 64 elements here. Now pay attention to this part. Set theory with probability. Can you believe that? This is how ITJ makes problems difficult. These questions which I am bringing now are better than the ones which we were facing previously. So previously, in the previous lap of mine, if those questions were simply easier, they are moderate, but still they are not hard or tough. I will still not categorize them as hard or tough. They could be lengthy, but they are still moderate. So here, I have 3 choices here. When I say A intersection B should be phi, which means n element should be either here or here or here, but it should not be here if I wish to ensure that A intersection B should be phi. So if I approach those 64 elements lying in the set PS, and if I ask them how many choices do you have, so each of those will say 3 choices. That can go either here or here or here. I hope you're understanding. So that element will not come here. And if that element doesn't come here, A intersection B will be phi, because it is not common between A and B, because it is either here or here or here. That means each of those 64 elements are having 3 choices. So 3 into 3 into 3 into 3, 64 times. So that are our favorable cases, 3 to the power 64. But what about the total possible outcomes? Now for that, I'll say I have 4 choices. These 3 plus 1 this. If I don't impose any restriction, then I'll say for each of those 64 elements, I have 4 choices. That element go either here or here or here or here. So I have 4 choices for each of those elements. So 4 into 4 into 4, 64 times. So that gives you 4 to the power 64. That is 2 to the power 128. I hope you know how to do that. So with that, I have cracked M and N, and M plus N is not a difficult task for you at all. So I am done with my part. Let me see who comes next. So let's check who is coming next. So Sumit sir is definitely, absolutely, clearly, amazingly ready. Let me write it to him that yes, I am done. So who is joining? Let me see whether they are joining or not. By the time he joins, can you tell me how was your paper, students? Did you enjoy solving or writing IDJE? So Sumit sir is typing yes, so I'm ending. Okay, great.
Let us read. This question is of ray optics, a very simple question. Okay, let us read it out. What is mentioned here? Distance between an object and its image formed by the lens is 30 centimeter. This distance is given to us. With magnification, that is 3. Find the focal length of the lens. Now magnification is plus 3. That is V by U. Magnification is plus 3. It means the image and the object both are on the same side of the lens. I don't know what type of lens is. Okay. So object is here. Okay. Image is here. And this distance ratio is 3. So V is actually 3 times of U. So if I say this is U, okay, this is my 3U. Basically the distance between them is 2U, and that 2U magnitude is 30. 2U magnitude is 30. It means my U comes out to be 15, and because U is the distance of the object, so we will consider that with sign minus 15. What is V then? V is equals to 3 times of U minus 45. Now use the lens formula. 1 by V minus 1 by U is equals to 1 by F, 1 by minus 45 minus 1 by minus 15. So plus here is equals to 1 by F, multiply and divide with 3. So this will remain 2 by 45. This is my 1 by F. So F comes out to be 45 by 2, that is 22.5. Sir, who gives you these questions? Gaurav is asking. Gaurav, we are getting these questions from the central team at PW. Okay. Sir, how did Jan 21st shift to have no integration problem? Okay. That was for Deependra sir. Okay. This is a question on logic gates. Let us read. The correct truth table for the given logic circuit is. So the logic circuit is given to us. We need to draw the truth table. So what it is? This is A. Now this is a AND gate. Okay, I think let me check with the original question what it is. Okay, anyways, these all are AND here. I was thinking like why all are AND? Was there any NOT gate or like that? So this is A into A, this will become A. This is A, this is B, A into B is AB. Now AB into AB is AB. This is AND, both the terminals are connected. AB into AB, that is AB. So this is A and this is AB. Now you take AND, means A into AB. What is A into A, by the way? That is A. So this is AB. Okay, this becomes equal to AB. Okay, so what it is? This is AB. AB means just the AND gate. So when both are 1, it will be 1. Otherwise, it will be 0. When both are 1, it will be 1. Otherwise, it will be 0. No option is matching here. Why it is so? If everything is fine, I think there is something missing, maybe like that. Okay, might be, because here this is A into A, that is A, this is A, this is AB, AB into AB, this becomes AB, then sorry, this is A into B, this is AB into AB, that is AB. Now AB into A, okay, so A into A will become again my A, so that is AB. So when I have 1 and 1, let me A into B into Y, 0, 1, sorry, 0 0 0 1 1 0 1 1. So I am getting these, and you can even step by step you can check also. If you put both 0, this will be 0, here also it will be 0 0 into 0 0. If you have, let us take 1 0, another 1, so here it will be 0, here it will be 0 0 0, everything will be 0. Or you have 1 0 0 0 0, it will be 0, only it will be 1 when both are 1. I think there is some typing mistake. Anyway, this is my answer actually. This is correct. If the question is this, I don't think, because this is memory based, I don't think this diagram will be like this. There may be some OR gate or there will be some NOT somewhere. This is memory based, so some, you can say some things here and there can be. No, I am asking exam ended at 6. Who gave these questions to them? Actually, like students are there. Okay, so they collect from the students. Okay. So individual teams, they collect from the students. So some student give one question, some student give two questions, like that. Okay, so they make some collection like that. I'm JEE 2027 aspirant. How could I get 95 percentile with decent class 11, sir? You are appearing next year. Your target is 95 percentile. It's not good. It's not good. If you target 95 percentile, you will not get 95 percentile. Target a bit higher. Okay, more than 99 percentile, then it will be a very good chance that you will get a 99 percentile or at least greater than 95 percentile. Okay, and what you need to do, first of all, as you are moving to 12th, clear all your 11th concepts, gravitation things, okay, integration thing, how we find moment of these type of integrations are again in the beginning of the 12th. Okay, so cover the remaining portions of the 11th in the remaining days. Okay, and then move to 12th, and from the very beginning make sure you don't create any backlog in 12th. Okay, and at the end, to brush up your preparation will be there, will help you. Two nucleon reactions are given below. Okay, these reactions are given below. Find stability order of these three nuclei. Now if you see, when some nuclei releases energy means it becomes more stable. When some nuclei releases energy means it becomes more stable. If some nuclei is taking the energy for the reaction, it means it becomes less stable. Lesser the energy, greater is the stability. You remember that? Okay. So now this releases the energy to become this. It means this is more stable. So my He, sorry. So my He2 4 is more stable than He2 3. Why so? Because it releases the energy to become that. Now, here this released energy is negative. It means it absorbs the energy. It absorbs the energy to become this. It means what? This is less stable. This is more stable. So I can say here He2 4 is basically more stable than He2 5. In which case the energy released is greater. So here the difference in energy is greater. Here the difference in energy is lesser. It means He2 5 is less stable than He2 4. That is there, but the difference is very small. It means He3 will come here. So He4, He5, He3, He4, He5, He3. That is option B. Sir, your advice for 28th Jan, I have done all the discussions till now. What should be my target for next 3 days? You have done all the questions. That in itself is a great thing. Now, I'll say, let us take, if you from all these topics, you saw the questions. If you are feeling like 4 or 5 topics, okay, select 4 or 5 topics in which you feel difficulty. Like YDSC is there, you may not be very comfortable with YDSC. So go and revise YDSC. Okay, let us take microscope, telescope is there, but you are not comfortable with that. You know, crammed that formula. Infinity magnification is there, it is like that. So go and revise that. Now from all those subtopics I am saying, select the subtopics which are like difficult for you, and then try to revise all of them. Sir, why everyone talking about 28th Jan shift? Anything special about that? Gaurav, there is a rumor that 28th shift will be the most difficult. Okay, so therefore everyone is talking here about that. Pratik, sir, wish me luck and your blessings, sir, for my exam on 28th, sir. All the best, Pratik, and I'm very sure that you are going to get very nice percentile, because Pratik has solved almost all the questions. Like in the previous discussion, he was actively participating. Today he, I think, was doing something. So Pratik has actively participated and solved all the questions in the live class. So I'm very sure that understanding of the questions is very good, and you'll be able to do. Even though some shift is difficult, some shift might be easy, try to manage yourself in the exam. You have to manage yourself, don't panic in the exam. Therefore, I am saying again, one student was there, he was mentioning in the beginning that he panicked in the exam and could not get a good score. It happens. So the thing is, maintain the calmness. Even if you enter in the exam hall and you see, oh, 3-4 questions, first 3-4 questions you are seeing, oh, what is this? Don't panic. And at that time, don't create, you know, any mental pressure. Okay, I will not be able to. No negativity at that time. Therefore, enter the exam hall, select easy questions first. Select easy questions from the complete paper. 3-4 questions you can see now in the entire paper, isn't it? Easy question which you can see, oh, this is one liner, I can solve this quickly. So do those 3 questions or 4 questions. After that, you know, start your paper. Actually now the game is of confidence. Your preparation is already done. Okay, what you needed to prepare, you prepared yourself. You already put the efforts. Now the game will be of confidence and positivity and temperament in the exam hall. Getting it? That is most important actually. That is most important. Two students might be having same level of preparation, might be having same level of understanding. Their percentile can, you know, differ too much if the temperament differ in the exam hall. Mine exam also 28th. Okay, Devraj, great. Today I was revising all physics and maths formulas and organic chemistry reactions, sir. Okay, great, Pratik. A galvanometer of 100 ohm can give full scale deflection for this current of 1 milliampere. So when this current through the galvanometer is 1 milliampere, it shows full scale deflection. Find the value of shunt resistance to get the 4 milliampere range. Okay, from galvanometer only 1 milliampere can pass, but I want to improve the range, so I connected a shunt. Now from here 4 milliampere is coming, 1 milliampere passed here and 3 milliampere passed here. Both are having same potential, so I can say 3 milliampere into RS is equals to 1 milliampere into the galvanometer resistance. Milliampere unit got cancelled. My RS comes out to be galvanometer resistance divided by 3, which is 100 by 3 ohm. 100 by 3 ohm, that is option C. Sir, I have prepared for 2 round attempting strategy. Okay, Ayush, yes. Actually, in my days, I used to have 3 rounds. One, the simplest one. Second, now I am going to solve the questions. And while solving the questions, I will not get stuck with the difficult questions or the questions which I feel I will not be able to do. If there is a question and I feel this question as of now I will not be able to do, so I will skip that, even if that might be easy. Sir, physics question on the lens was wrong. It was a mirror question with the distance between the object and image being 40 centimeter and m being -3. Okay. Thank you for mentioning that. So one student corrected us. He is saying that, please note this down. He is saying that in this question, instead of lens, there was mirror and the magnification was -3. Now, so when the magnification will be -3, we will write this as -v by u, and accordingly we will use mirror formulas and analyze this. Okay, getting it? When magnification is -3, it means object will be on one side, image will be on other side. The distance between them will be equal to the sum of v and u in that case. So accordingly things will change. You got my point? You got my point? Thank you for mentioning that. I remember doing this one. Okay, thank you. So I mentioned the changes you need to do accordingly. Next question. A cubical block of density 600 kg per meter cube is floating in a liquid of density 900 kg per meter cube. The height of cube immersed in liquid is. So the cube is like this. It is floating like this. Let us take, this is the height that is immersed in the liquid. Downward force is mg. Upward force is F bion. Okay, buoyancy force. Now these two are equal because this is an equilibrium. So I can say my force due to buoyancy is equal to my mg. What is mg? Mg is volume into the density of the cube. This becomes mass into g. What is buoyant force? That is the volume that is inside the liquid. How much? Area of cross section into h, volume that is inside the liquid, into density of the liquid into g. Volume I can write as area of cross section, total volume, into the height. What is the total? Into the side, I can take side as L. So this side, this is a cube anyways, three sides are same. Okay, so I can write this as A into L. Okay, or anyways, let us write L cube, volume L cube, sigma into G. Here area is L square, H rho G, L square G G, and I got my rho. Oh, I need H. So I got my H is equals to L sigma by rho. What is L? What is L? L is 10 centimeter. So 10 into what is sigma? Sigma is cubical density 600 divided by the density of the liquid is 900. Okay, so this becomes 2 by 3. So this is 20 by 3. H comes out to be 20 by 3 centimeter, which is 6.67 centimeter. 6.67 centimeter. This is easy. Yes, Gaurav, this is easy. Sham, hi sir. Hello, Sham. This question was so confusing, sir. I got something slightly less than 7, but the options were 6.3 and 7.3. You are talking about this question. So this is 6.67. I don't know the actual options in the mains paper. Okay. Okay. Another question on vernier caliper. Let us read it out. In a vernier caliper, 50 vernier scale dimension coincides with 48 main scale dimensions. Divisions it should be. Anyways, you understand now. If one main scale division is 1 mm, then the least count of, so least count is equals to 1 main scale division minus 1 vernier scale division. Okay, so 1 main scale division minus, what is vernier scale division relation? 50 VSD is equals to 48 MSD. So 1 VSD is 48 by 50 VSD, and this becomes 2, sorry, this is MSD, huh? This is 2 divided by 50 MSD. This is my least count. What is MSD? Now see in the question, what is MSD? What is MSD? 1 mm. So into 1 mm. So this becomes 4 by 100 mm. So this is 0.04 mm. 0.04 mm. The options are in centimeter. So convert that to centimeter. So 0.004 centimeter. Okay, too lengthy. I went through all the questions, but too lengthy. Okay, it can happen. So didn't do much. Now if the paper is lengthy, you need to be smart in selecting the questions. Okay, I think you did like that only. Next question, stopping potential of a photoelectric experiment is 3.2 volt for wavelength lambda. If wavelength is doubled, the stopping potential becomes 0.7 volt. Find the value of wavelength. How we write stopping potential? Now we know the kinetic energy is equals to energy of the photon minus the work function. What is the work function? Phi naught. Let us take, and this is equals to E into the stopping potential. This is how we write. Now initially the stopping potential is 3.2, so 3.2 E. Okay, and when the wavelength is lambda, so hc by lambda minus phi naught. This is my equation 1. Second time lambda becomes 2 lambda, so hc by 2 lambda, work function will remain the same because metal is the same, is equals to, this becomes 0.7 E. So this is volt, so here the unit is electron volt. I can write the unit properly here. So this basically this unit is electron volt here. Okay. Now if you subtract these two equations, so it will become hc by 2 lambda is equals to 3.2 minus 0.7 is 2.5 electron volt. Now hc value in electron volt is 12,400 angstrom divided by 2 lambda. This is 2.5 electron volt. You can remember this actually. When we write the energy of photon, so we write it like this, 12,400 divided by lambda in angstrom, this much electron volt. Okay, so remember it like this. Energy of the photon we write like this. Now, what it will become? This will become 5 in the denominator. So lambda comes out to be 12,400 divided by 5 angstrom. How much it is now? So 5 into 2, then 5 into 4, okay, 20, then 8, then 0 angstrom, and the option is 248 nanometer. Yeah, 2480 angstrom is 248 nanometer. Okay, I could do this one, feel happy. Oh, you are 11th aspirant and you are in 11th class JEE aspirant and still you are able to do the questions. That's great. Now let us see if we have some more questions or okay, we discussed how many questions? We discussed almost 17 questions, and from these 17 questions I think we will be having maybe, let me check if we have more questions. Okay, and okay, so anyways 17 questions we could get, no more questions we have in physics. So from these 17 questions we got one question on NLM, then one question on electric charges and field, motion in a straight line we had one question on graph, then a question on capacitor. There was a circuit at steady state, we need to write the current, so capacitor at steady state behaves like open circuit. Magnetic field, we have a question on direction of magnetic field due to two loops, okay, at a point. Work energy power on vertical circular motion fluid from surface energy and Archimedes principle, from current electricity equivalent resistance, okay, and then galvanometer from YDSC, finding the intensity at a point from rotation, moment of inertia, waves, we had one question on organ pipe, then ray optics, lens formula, semiconductor, a truth table question, nuclei, stability of nuclei. Okay, experimental physics, we had one question on Vernier caliper. From dual nature, we had a question on photoelectric effect. So these were the questions on physics. So here the physics part ends, and now we will have Gaurav sir. He will be taking questions on chemistry. So Gaurav sir, it's over to you. Gaurav sir, please join.
Yes, thank you, Sumit sir. So finally, we have around 6-7 questions more for chemistry. That will make around 20-21 questions. So that's good because probably we are making average 20-21 questions we are collecting. So it's good. So let us move forward. Arivu, yes, beta. I was listening to sir. You are a class 11 student. Hats off to you, beta, because the earlier you wake up, the more father, the more visionary as a JEE aspirant you can get. Pratik, hello, boss. Where were you? I was missing you actually. Real a bigoid. Sir, please tell this one is 8 by. Please, please tell this one is. Yes, this is 8 by 3. So don't cry. You're right. If you have got this question in this session, it is 8 by 3. So let's start and finish chemistry because we are having all the questions that we could manage. So this is a okay. Yeah, one thing. I guess Karan or somebody was telling me. I am religiously sorry for this. For what? For the color. Yes, yes, yes. For the color. Yes. It is a green color compound. It is a green. The solution, it is a dark green color. The solution of MnO4 2 minus I am lit. See, inorganic even confuses everybody. So, in order to remember it all the time, keep learning it again and again. Although in haste, many times it can happen. So, yes, chemistry, yes, that one. So, I guess Karan was saying. So, that manganate ion solution is a green colored solution. Coming to the question of chemical equilibrium. Now, as per chemical equilibrium, we know that generally it is difficult, but don't leave it because it is very easy. They have given difficulties in periodic table and all. Over here it is very easy. Let us solve this. For this reaction, 2 moles, 2 moles, 2 moles are given, and this is already present at equilibrium. A similar question we had yesterday. Similar question. It was already at equilibrium. So at equilibrium, what should you do? You should find the value of its K. But here volume is not defined. So if you are taking volume as V, this is squared and this will also be squared. So volume factor will anyway will be cancelled out. So although question is not mentioning volume, so let us take 2 upon V squared upon, this is 2 upon V and 2 upon V squared. So V will definitely be gone. So what can you say about, because a moles square upon 2 raised to power 1, 2 raised to power 1. So that is K value is 1. Now once you have find the value of equilibrium constant, 2 squared is 4, 2 into 2 is 4, K is 1. Now they are applying Le-Chatelier's principle, a similar question that we have done yesterday. 1 mole, similar question they gave yesterday. 1 mole P2 and 1 mole Q2 are added. Sir, if you add 1 mole, it will become 3. It will also become 3. But now equilibrium is disturbed, because if you add reactant, equilibrium get disturbed, and where it moves to forward direction. So they will dissociate and it will be produced to again acquire equilibrium. So let's say X moles of this guy has dissociated, so X moles of this guy will be dissociated, and do the stoichiometry. 1 will dissociate, so 2 will be formed. Because X has dissociated, so 2X will be formed. I guess now it is quite easy for us. K value will remain the same. K is 1. So concentration of product as in 2 plus 2x squared upon 3 minus x squared. Take under root, because here you have 1. So this is 3 minus x equals to 2 plus 2x, as in 3x is equal to 5. So x is equal to 5 by 3. I hope we have done everything correct. So this is 3x. This 3x is 2 plus 2x. So 3x is, okay, sorry, 2 minus 3x is 1. So x is 1 by 3. So x you have got as 1 by 3. Now what are they asking in the question? They are asking number of moles of every species. So let us calculate 3 minus 1 by 3 is 8 by 3. Somebody was saying whether it is 8 by 3 or not. Yes, it is. And 2 plus 2 by 3 is again 3 2 is 6. It is again 8 by 3. Everybody is 8 by 3. So answer is 8 by 3. Thank you. Yes, yes. Real bigoid. You are correct. Moving to the next question. Now, this is a question from, with the test, you can say it's a carbonyl question, but they are using an ether. Medium is acidic. So whether this pi cloud will attack or the lone pair on oxygen, whatever attacks, you are going to get a enol form. How, sir? See, this oxygen must be given electron to this hydrogen, so will be attaining a positive charge. The moment it attains a positive charge, it will snatch away the electrons of carbon, but that carbon is also not easy to give away electron because it is sp2 hybridized, this side also, this side also. Then obviously H plus will be present in solvent, and solvent is water, so the water molecule at the same point of time will be coming to this carbon, and now this bond will be broken. Once this bond will be broken, let us see the two parts. This is one carbon, two carbon, and an OH, because this O with an H will become an OH. So these two carbons double bonded with an OH. So right side an enol form is formed, double bonded carbon having OH. What about the left one? So this is 1, 2, 3. 3 carbons, and once water will be attacking it, this is a catalyst, so this will take one electron from hydrogen. H plus is given back as a catalyst, but this OH has been added to these 3 carbons. So first carbon, second carbon, double bonded third carbon, and it has been recently introduced by another OH, but from water, from the solvent. Sir, it is also enol, it is also enol. So it will also get tautomerized because enol is not stable. So it will also get tautomerized, and this H will be coming here, and this double bond will be, I hope you know what is tautomerism. You should know, because here it is applied. So what you have got, sir, it is 3 carbonaldehyde as in propanol. Now, what about this one? When this gets tautomerized, H here, double bond here, so this becomes a 2 carbon aldehyde. So this 2 carbon aldehyde is ethanol, this 3 carbon aldehyde is propanol. Now, how you distinguish between ethanol and propanol? I guess it is quite easy, because only methyl, active methylene group is present. Where, sir? It is present in the acetaldehyde. So this CH3 will be forming CHI3. It is not having active methylene group, so that will give a positive test with iodoform. It will give a negative test with iodoform, and hence they can be distinguished, because it is saying the PQ that you are forming, it can be, how they can be distinguished. So they can be distinguished by iodoform. This is a good question. I will not say it as an easy, it's a moderate question, moderate to difficult. Moving to the last option was Lucas. Beta, Lucas test is given by alcohols. So then the question will be something, it can't stay at alcohol stage, na, because enol form is less stable. You have stabilized enol form in case of phenol, and whenever you have intramolecular hydrogen bonding in case of diketose, beta diketose. That's it. Else enol forms are not stable. So if it would have been going, a gaming ninja is saying Lucas, so beta, it would have been, then question would be different. Okay, you are saying ido, then question will be different, na beta. As far as we have been given information, it is this. If you have some other question with you, then you are definitely welcome to post that. Now, coming to the next question. Now, this is a piece of cake. Now, you should not, it will be a crime to not attempt such questions properly. You have to identify the incorrect statement, and I guess a class 10, the class 9 student can do this. Covalency of carbon cannot exceed 4. Carbon is tetravalent, is the basic of starting organic chemistry. So this is definitely incorrect. Yes, maybe you do not know that carbon 13 is radioactive or not. So if you do not even know this, but still you know that this is incorrect, so that means it will be correct. So for later information, you should know C13 is radioactive, although C14 is radioactive, but because this is a mains question, so this is clearly visible that it is incorrect. So other options, even if you do not know about them, but this is considering that C13 is radioactive. Carbon, yes, can exhibit +2 and +4 also, and CO2 in group 14 is most acidic. If you do not know this, still you can make the question correct. Chalo, I don't think, okay. So beta, see, the question are all memory based. So if you feel at least it will be somewhere around here. So the concept and the logic and the topic that we are discussing has to be, our concepts around that will be asked. So if we are discussing concepts around that only, so it is definitely going to help. Now, this was a very easy one. Now, moving again, a piece of cake, a basic theory. It is saying now you have to identify the correct. Always make this thing a point, whether correct is asked or incorrect is asked, because some prejudice is made in the mind. So please do read the question properly, then proceed. So the first statement is resonating structure with more number of covalent bond is more stable. Sir, this is the basic hit logic that we know, that more be the number of resonating structure, greater will be the stability of the resonance hybrid. So this is definitely correct. So an answer, but let us read the other options. Resonating structure differ in position of electrons. Yes, relative position, but no. Atoms, they have to, the nucleus has to remain, only electrons can delocalize, that too non-sigma electron. So this is definitely not correct. The stability of resonance hybrid decreases with increasing in number of equivalent resonating structures. Equivalent resonating structures provide much stability. So obviously it does not decrease. So this is also wrong. Electronegative atom bearing positive charge in canonical form is more stable. No, electronegativity should go to more electronegative. So they should be a negative charge. This is also incorrect. I hope this is a piece of cake. Yes. Pratik, Devraj, perfect bhai. Moving forward. Now, again a mole concept. Again a very easy mole concept question. KOH is reacting with Cl2. It is getting disproportionated as Cl minus and hypochlorite OCl minus and forming potassium ion. What you need to do first? Balance the reaction. Because it is, I mean, just with hit and trial you can see chlorine is balanced. You do not have to do that redox balancing also. Why? Because here charge is not balanced. So if you balance charge, what you'll write? 2 over here. Now charge is balanced. So if 2 is over here, so 2 will be coming over here. So just a water molecule will balance your reaction. So now do the stoichiometry. Sir, how? Molarity and volume are given. So calculate moles. So let us find the moles for them. Moles is equal to molarity into volume. So this is 4 moles. This is 1 mole. Initially they are not formed. Now 2 requires 1. So 1 will be requiring, 2 requires 1. So 1 will be requiring half. So 4 will be requiring 2. But 2 is not given. So this becomes your limiting reagent. And therefore this Cl2 will decide what product is produced. So 1 requires 2. So this 1 will be gone and it will be requiring 2 of KOH. So 4 minus 2 as in 2 KOH is still remained. What about the products? 1 will produce 1, 1, 1. So their moles are 1, 1, 1. Now, okay, it will produce 1, and 1 produces 2. So here 2 will be produced. I'm sorry. Here 1 produces 2. So 1 mole will produce 2. Now, these are the moles. But what can you say about volume of solution? Now, somebody will miss this volume. I'm definitely telling you. I hope you are not the person. So because volume is 2, these are moles. So what can you say about their concentration? This is 1 by 2. This is also 1 by 2. This is 1. That means these are 0.5. This is also 0.5. This is 1 molar. 1 mole per liter. Now, let us check the options. Potassium is 0.5. Cancelled. Potassium is 1.5. Cancelled. Cl minus and OCl minus are 0.5. Yes. No. So obviously, I mean, this was a mole concept question. I mean, you should do it if you are attempting the question with open eyes. Moving forward, the volume funda, I feel you should, maybe students can miss, else it is easy. Now, again, a basic chemical kinetics, I always used to tell 0 order, first order and Arrhenius equation. Just do that and chemical kinetics, one question is there. Like this one. They are asking the first order reaction, T half they are giving. So T, what is the formula of T half? T half is equal to ln2 by K. Why not writing 0.693? Because they are giving you the value of logs. So take ln, we'll see in the when we'll solve. So this is equal to ln2 upon K. So K we have got. Now question is telling you after X days 75% of A remains. So when A is reacted, 75 is still there. So use the formula. So we know Kt is equal to ln of initial concentration upon concentration of reactant remaining at time t. This is remaining at time t. So K, we already know, K is ln 2 upon 245 into t, this time, how many days? So because t half is in days, so you will get your t in days. It is equal to ln of, let's say initial concentration was 100. How much is left behind? So 75% is still there. So that means 75 is still there. So this is 4, this is 3. So I guess this is simple maths now. So this t is equal to 245 into ln of 4 minus 3, ln of, let's say, log of 4 minus log of 3. Sir, why log? 2.303. This is also ln, no? So this becomes log of 2. Now this is simple, easy calculation, because log 4 is 2 times of log 2. Log 2 is 0. So this is 0.6 minus 0.5 upon 0.3. If you'll solve it, I guess you will get somewhere around 98 days. It is a simple maths that you can do. 98 is your answer. It is an integer type question. So do we have some 98? No, you are still solving. Okay, moving to the next question. This is probably the question where again into divide is needed out of you. So let us see this. A basic organic reaction they have given, and now they are again applying mole concept, saying that if percentage yield of the reaction is x, then you have to report the value of x by 10. So moving to this question, 9.3 gram of this substance is given. So if 9.3 is given, what is the presence of number of moles? A number of moles will be equal to 9.3 upon molar mass. Molar mass will be, this is benzene is 78. So because there is one free valency, so subtract 78 by 1. So this will be 77 plus 14 plus 2. I guess this will be 93 only. So how many moles you have? 0.1. So 0.1 mole of this should produce 0.1 mole of this if efficiency was 100%. Although this much is getting produced, so we'll calculate the efficiency, but first calculate what theoretically you will get. So 1 mole of this will produce 1 mole of this. So n moles of this will produce, n moles should theoretically produce n moles of this. So let us calculate weight. So number of moles is n, which is 0.1. So its weight will be molar mass of this. Now again you have to do plus minus, what will be its molar mass. So this is 77, this is 14 plus 2 is 16, this is 12, this is 16, and this is 12 plus 3 is 15. So if you add them up, please add them up. Somebody is helping me with the addition. Help me with the addition. It is 135. So molar mass is 135. So what will be 0.1 into 135 will be the weight that you should expect theoretically. Theoretically 13.5 grams should have been produced, but how much actually it has been produced? 11 gram. So what will be the percentage? X is the percentage. 11 has been produced, but theoretically you are expecting 13.5 should be produced upon 100. What you have to report? X by 10. So bring 1 0 over here. So this x by 10 will be equal to 110. I mean 110, because 10 is gone, upon 135. So I hope you can this is 110 upon 135. 1 will be producing 1, so n producing n. So this is the mole. So what should be the weight into molar mass? Let's check whether this molar mass is correct or not. 135. Check whether this molar mass is correct or not. Okay. This is 13.5, na? Then 110 divided by 13.5, I guess you will get an answer 8 point something. So your answer will be 8. Yes, into divide you have to do. Into divide is a religious thing that you have to do, because that was not 135, that was 13.5. I have written it as 135. This point, after 0.1 it will become 13.5. So with into divide you have to be religious. That is it from my side, from chemistry. I would rather say organic in this session. I mean, if you have multiplications involved in questions, then the question becomes time consuming. else for 28th of January, I'm suggesting you, because for today I will definitely say physical chemistry questions was good. You must have seen the electrochemistry questions. Uh, do solution chapter, chemical kinetics, because straightforward colligative properties, and through for chemical kinetics you get zero order, first order, Arrhenius. In the 11th physical side, do the basic, you should just know the basic formula, so that if like chemical equilibrium question is coming, you should not leave it. D block, KMNO4, K2CR27, read it by heart, only that NCRT, and coordination compounds and chemical bonding. Organic, you should know all the basic reactions, of NCRT, just NCRT. And I guess you will be doing great with the examination. Do not worry if it is on 28th, because anyway and every way, if you are feeling confident about yourself, you will be doing great. So this is it from my side. Over to Deepen sir. I hope he is ready. So we'll meet on 28th now. Okay. So bye bye.
Okay, students, give me a quick response. Am I clearly audible and visible? I hope the screen which I have just shared is properly visible to all the participants. I have just received a response from Gaurav sir. I think he has ended. Great, great, great. Just give me a moment. Just give me a moment, students. I hope the question is there in front of you. We can get started with that. So here we have the first question right there in front of us. How do we solve this one? A very easy one, a very straightforward one. Just give me a second here. Let point h comma k lies on this circle. So any arbitrary point on this circle can be taken as r cos theta comma r sin theta. What is the r? So radius is 2. So with that 2 cos theta comma 2 sin theta lies on this circle. But that h and k with 2h plus 1 and 3k plus 2 lies on an ellipse. So h 2 cos theta. So 2 into 2, that is 4 cos theta plus 1 is x for that ellipse. 3 into 2 sin theta. So 6 sin theta plus 2 is y for that ellipse. So if I find out cos theta from here, it will be x minus 1 by 4. Sin theta will be y minus 2 by 6. So cos square theta plus sin square theta is 1. With that, we get the equation of the ellipse. Now, how do we find the eccentricity? E square is given by 1 minus the smaller one. Which is the smaller one? This a square upon b square. I hope you remember. I hope you remember. So with that, the eccentricity is 5 by 9. And with that, you can mark the correct option, which is definitely not a tough task. The next question. Here it says that this is your ellipse and the eccentricity of the ellipse is equal to the greatest value of this function. Now this is clearly a quadratic. This is clearly a quadratic. We see that here the coefficient of t square is negative, which means downward facing parabola. So it will have its maximum value at minus b by 2a. The maximum value will be minus d by 4a. So that short formula is there. Or if you don't know that, you can use derivative rule f dash t and then put it equal to 0. You get t, you put it there and then you get f of t at where this is 0. So 2 minus 2t, when you put equal to 0, you get t is equal to 1 and you find f of 1. F of 1 will be the maximum value of this expression, which is 1 by 4. We are told the maximum value of this expression is the eccentricity. So we know that eccentricity is 1 by 4, but for an ellipse it is 1 minus b square by a square. So with that, I get an equation in b and a with this. Second data, we are told the length of the latus rectum is 30. Length of the latus rectum for an ellipse is 2b square by a. That is given as 30. So one equation in a and b from here, other equation in a and b from here. If you didn't get my part, I'll simply suggest that here. What do we get? We get this as 15. So give me a second. This as 15. So b square is 15a. So when you replace this b square by 15a, this becomes an equation in a. From here you get a. You replace a here, you get b. And I think with that you can figure out a square plus b square. Calculation is what I'm skipping, but rest of the part is very well understood by you all. I believe so. Next question. We have discussed a formula for it. I was constantly telling you, learn this formula. It will help you. Direct questions are asked and a direct question is there. There are two lines. I hope you know, if I talk about the shortest distance between two skew lines, it is given by a2 minus a1, b1 cross b2 upon mod of b1 cross b2, and you take the magnitude of it. Now, please pay attention here, students. Magnitude means positive, negative, that you ensure that it is positive. So what is b1? The direction ratios here. That is vector b1. What is b2? The direction ratios here. So we have vector b1 and vector b2. So with that, vector b1 here, vector b2 here, we can find out b1 cross b2. You can do that by expanding this determinant. Once you have expanded that determinant, you will find a vector. You can find its magnitude. I hope you know, under root over x square plus y square plus z square. With that, what I'll do here is, now I have a1. a1 is minus I plus 2j plus 4k cap. I hope you're understanding it. a2 will be 0i plus j plus k cap. So now what I need to do is a2 minus a1. So a2 minus a1 means what? This minus this. So you can find a2 minus a1. Now you have received b1 cross b2. So with that b1 cross b2, with that vector, I need to take the dot with a2 minus a1. So multiply I cap component, j cap component, and k cap component. Great. So with that, you will be getting this numerator as well. So numerator upon denominator, you have cracked both. You can get the answer. Did you all get that? Did you all understand that? So with that, I am done with mathematics. I think Sumit sir must be ready. And here we are concluding this session that yes, Sumit sir, I am ending this stream from my end. Let's see whether Sumit sir is ready or not. Let me just check my phone so that Sumit sir joins the stream. I hope we can conclude it here. Sumit sir, kindly join. I am ending the stream from my end. Sumit sir, I hope you're ready. Give me a response, Sumit sir. Are you there? Sumit sir, can I get a confirmation from your end? Are you there? Okay, so Sumit sir is joining. We are ending our stream. With that, let's end it here.
I hope I'm audible to you all. I'm back with few more questions in physics. Am I audible to you? Please mention. If you are able to hear me, please mention. Okay. So some more questions now. 3 more questions. This is one question. Let us read it out. I think previous we did, yeah, we did. Now this one question. Let us read this first. What is asked here? K1 greater than K2, which order of C equivalent will give 3 for the 3 given configuration is correct? Okay, which is greater, which is lesser, we need to compare. Now don't solve this question. It's a logical question. Try to understand one thing. If a capacitor is C, capacitance is C, I put dielectric, capacitance will become Kc. Greater the dielectric constant, greater will be the capacitance. Which constant is greater? K1. Now, if K1 is in larger space, the capacitance will be greater. If K1 is in larger space, the capacitance will be greater. Now, here if we see, now, one thing is, how to compare C1 and C3? Now space wise we may say, sir, that is, but that is in a different way. Okay, that is in a different way. Okay, we can take some value also if we need to confirm that. So we can take some value. Let us take K1 is my 2 and K2 I can consider 1, and then I can solve it. So that is also one way. So if you do like that, C1 will come out to be greater than, and then we are having C3, and then K1 is in the least, so C2. This logic is there. Okay, now C1 and C3 I need to confirm. Okay, so if we confirm, let us take this is now let us take this is my 2 times of C, this is my 2 times of C, this is my 2 times of C, this is my C. Okay, yeah, and here K1 is okay, no confusion is there, sorry, no confusion is there, we need not put the value. This is also K1, so certainly K1 is in the larger space in C1. Yes, I was thinking like it's in the same ratio. No, here K1 is in the larger space, K1 is greater and that is in the larger space, so C1 is greatest certainly. Then K1 is in larger space in C3, and then K1 is in least space in C2. So C1 is greater than C3, which is greater than C2. C1 greater than C3, which is greater than C2. Yeah. D, yes. Actually, I was thinking like it's in the same ratio here and here. No, it's not there. It's not there. If it would be like this, if it would be like K1, then half K2, and that ratio, then I need to check that. There will be some like whether it is like that or not. Now, but here it is confirmed. So K1 is in greatest space here, then here, and then here. K1 is greater, so C1 greatest, then C3, then C2. So no need to solve. Given the half-life of a radioactive sample to 45 days, radioactivity is there in means, it's not there, isn't it? But I think NT has a habit. I have seen one question in this shift from Doppler's effect, which is not expected to be in JEE Main syllabus, and this is another question on radioactivity. Now let us do this. Although this question seems to be very simple, the half-life of radioactive sample is 245 days. After X days, 25% of sample remain. Now let us take N naught is there. So in one half-life, yeah. So N naught is there. In one half-life, it will become N naught by 2. How many days? In 245 days. In next half-life, it will become N naught by 4. In how many days? 245 days. I need when 25% is remaining, okay. So this is 25% only. So how many days? 245 plus 245, that is 490 days. X comes out to be 490. This is fine. 490 is although this is of radioactivity, but still I can say this is a simple question. You can do it very easily, isn't it? Just by logic you can do this, like half and half, 2 times half, so twice that. Last question, an ideal gas of molar mass 50 gram is given 300 joule heat at constant volume. Okay, so volume is constant. The temperature changes from 20 degree Celsius to 50 degree Celsius if Cv is equals to 7 R by 2 and R is 8.3 in SI unit, then mass of the gases. Okay, we will find mole of gas, from mole we can find mass of the gas. My Q, this is my isotropic process because volume is constant, so that is NCV delta T. Let us put 300 is equals to NCV is 7 by 2 into R, that is 8.3 into delta T is, how much is the delta T? Changes from 20 to 50 degrees Celsius, so delta T is my 30. Delta T is 30. From there, I will get number of moles. Can you help me with the calculations? 30 into 10, this will become 20 divided by 7, 20 divided by 7 into 8.3. This becomes my number of moles. 20 divided by 7 into 8.3. Now, number of moles is my given mass divided by the molar mass. What is the molar mass? Molar mass is 50. So, given mass will be molar mass into this. Okay, now what it is? Let us do. So, we are having 1000 divided by 7 divided by 8.3. So, this becomes 17.2. 17.2, and if we have to mark the answer in approx, means the nearest integer, so that is 17. If we round it off, this will be 17. 17. Okay. Question wrong. Okay, can you please mention what was the actual question? I think you have given the shift. Yes. Esther ready? Can you help me with that? Certainly this is memory based, so I cannot guarantee that question will be exactly the same, but I think conceptually it should be the same. Okay, I think we did 3 more questions. One question on thermodynamics, another on dual nature. No, another on capacitor, and then the one which was in thermodynamics, and what was that? Thermodynamics and yeah, nuclei and capacitor. Overall, again I am sharing the conclusion. So one question from equilibrium in an LM, from electric charges on field, motion in straight line, graph question, capacitor. We had one was from RC circuit. At steady state we need to find the current, and then another was capacitor with dielectric that we recently discussed. So two questions from capacitor. Magnetic field, direction of magnetic field due to loop. Okay, work energy power, vertical circular motion fluid, surface energy, and Archimedes principle. Two things. Current electricity, one finding equivalent resistance, another galvanometer question, like converting galvanometer to ammeter, that type of question. YDSC, we need to find the intensity, rotation, moment of inertia, wave, organ pipe, ray optics, lens formula, semiconductor truth table. Okay, logic gates were given in truth table. Nuclei, we had two questions from stability and radioactivity. Experimental physics, one question from Vernier caliper. Dual nature, one question from photoelectric effect. Thermodynamics, the question that I discussed. Okay. I think now let us see if some questions of. Okay, I think Gaurav sir will be joining, or Gaurav sir has ended. Let me check. Let me see if Gaurav sir is joining. I think maths portion is completed, and now physics portion is also completed. If Gaurav sir is there in the live, let me check. Sir, is there any some questions of chemistry still pending, or you have? You have completed. Okay, okay, okay. So we are ending this live. Thank you all for joining. All the best for the students which are having their exam on 28th. Okay, molar mass was not given in question, sir. Okay, there might be some different data. I can understand. Okay, so thank you all. All the best. Have a nice day. Bye. Oh, just a minute.